Wag wag lids, before this amazing episode of Have a Word, we need to tell you about our Patreon, which is one of the best Patreons in world comedy.
We are officially the fastest growing Patreon on the planet at the minute. Fastest growing Patreon, and that's because for just £3, £5 or £10 a month, you get an extra episode a week, early access to these public episodes, and access to the entire back catalogue of all the Patreon stuff we've done in the past, which includes
the specials, the ghost hunts, the lockdown lock-ins, which are now fucking legendary. Some of the live shows. It's the best money you will ever spend.
The roast event is going on Patreon early in March. You get to see that. You also get early access to my tour tickets, Dan's tour tickets, live show tickets. And to be honest with you, live show tickets don't really last very long on Patreon. So if you're not a patron, you're probably not being able to come to any of them that we've put on recently. You're only going to get to be there if you sign up at patreon.com/haveawordpod and join the 10,000 strong army of fucking lunatics.
Megan. We are gonna be.
We'll get demonetized now. That's too similar to the original.
You and me, always me. I am love in the sky.
Oh,
love
me forever.
Oh, live forever. People.
I'm thinking of writing a new Liverpool song to the tune of This by Darius Rucker.
Lighthouse Family, Daniel.
Is it Lighthouse Family?
Yeah.
Oh.
Racist.
We call them the Shite House family round by ours.
Whoa!
You're fucking shite.
Not because they're shite, because they're all shit houses. I'll punch the heads in.
Don't go down there. Fucking murderers. Love it. Get
by
shot
yours,
down.
you live on the Strand.
By where they used to.
Oh, yeah. Good people, salt of the earth. 3-bed fucking duplex. View of the Mersey.
It's not a duplex now, actually. It's a.
You can't even hear the poor people. Open your window. What can you hear? Nothing. Just fucking Audi Q7s. Lovely.
I'm fucking loving city living already, you know.
Yeah.
Do you know, this morning, I was like, right, got to be in work for 11, so I want to be in my car, which is parked like 10 minutes away, or 5 minutes away. What? Me car, because I've got to park until... My building's got like 380 apartments in, and there's only 100 car parking spaces. So until one of them comes available, they've got me a deal in the Q Park, which is right next to the building.
Yeah, okay.
But you've got to walk to the car park and whatever.
Okay.
I was like, right,
so you were late yesterday, and you were early to... You've not quite got it right.
No, but like, today felt really good, because I got up and was like, right, so I want to be in the car by 10, so that I'm early for work, and just have plenty of time. Don't want to feel rushed anymore. So I got myself up at 8:30, got a little shower.
You're getting there.
Had a little chill, and then just walked through town, got myself a coffee, paid for me parking, and just off I came. And having a little... Ooh.
He's back, baby. He's back. He had a rough one, but he's fucking back. Rowe's back. Back again. 5th floor.
When's 7 a.m. then? Because you're half 8
now. Don't. We all knew it wasn't real. You knew it wasn't real.
No.
You knew he wasn't going to read any books. You knew he wasn't getting up at 7 a.m.
Admin. 7
It's
a.m.
just
books.
fine. It's just you've got to let these things go. It's called the River Row, and a lot of bullshit washes down it. Yeah, just enjoy the view and the smell of the river. It's a lot of shit. Just let it flow, man.
But yeah, I'm going to start leaving an hour and a half before we're
Oh dear, high tide. Oh shit, it's high tide on River Row.
That's what I did today.
I know it is. I know it is.
Yeah, and I
you were
felt good, so
40
I'm gonna
minutes
keep doing
late
it.
yesterday.
Yeah. I was 40 minutes late yesterday because I didn't sleep the night before. But today, I'm like, do you know what? New week, new me. Week starts on Wednesdays now.
Oh God, yeah. You've not been sleeping. You've just been having...
Finn's just give me some powerful Nitol. He's brought me some Nitol in because he knows I've been struggling to sleep.
Nitol. What are you calling it?
Yeah. Smoke it.
Smoke a pill.
You crush the Nitol up
What's Theo,
into a ciggy.
what's Theo Vaughan's thing? It's like, sucking really little dicks. Mate, Theo Vaughan is a funny motherfucker. Check out some of his stuff. His pods are getting massive quick. So,
He's very unique, isn't he?
yeah, he's from Louisiana. He's clearly white trash,
Yeah.
but he's got a super mind. Like, his speed, it's like a weird combo, and it's not Peter KS, but like his sort of nostalgic recall plus his flair for the sort of surreal
Yeah.
is unreal. It's like he's doing
It's
what
like
Peter
Michael
K
McIntyre and Paul Paul Foot.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like, like almost like Noel Fielding's sense of humour with Peter Kay. Do you remember this? I remember a lad round my way. Like that, it's amazing.
That's how he
watching
talks
it.
as well. That's exactly.
You're all right, I'm from Louisiana. Black Mare.
I've got sort of painful memory because it was him I was working with when I crashed my car. I'll do it myself.
Don't need to. Just wear headphones. It's dead good. Sounds nice. That fateful night coming back from Glasgow. He was rushing. It was 5 a.m. He lost control of the Ford Focus. He could have died. And all he wanted was a McFlurry at 5:30 a.m. And instead he threatened to sexually abuse a lady that was on her own in a McDonald's. That's how I remember it. That's how Twitter remembers it. If you support Everton, that's how you remember it. Open this, give me a McFlurry, I'll finger you. That's how it happened.
Have you had like a full bag of beef this morning? You've come in on so many beans.
Am I?
Yeah, it's good. Are you sleep? Did you do your sleep again?
Yeah, a bit, yeah.
It's working.
Oh, thanks.
It's so noticeable.
Oh,
It's good. You're all orange like a big cone.
Carl got halfway through that sentence and realised not many things are orange.
it's fucking brilliant. It's like, have you ever been to a roast of year 3 in a primary school? You're all orange like a cone. Whoa! Jonah just slammed him. Yeah, I feel good. Feel really good. Sorry.
Have you ironed a crease into your hoodie?
No, they just came out of the ASOS bag.
ASOS. That's a very deliberate crease. That
I
isn't it?
haven't.
It looks like you've ironed it like a suit.
I promise you.
I like it.
Mate, I was quite happy that I got the fucking matching sort of tones here.
Ooh.
Oh, I like.
Ow.
Oh. You're wearing Puma Future Riders. As is your Ryan, your birthright.
Dan, have you ever crashed a car?
I was showing off to some girls when I was doing my A-levels. I was mates with a load of girls. Delta Jones. Fuck, I've forgotten the names. And it was icy as fuck. And I was driving my mum's Peugeot 106 Mardi Gras that I inherited. And I was like, oh, look, I could go fast around this corner.
I've just realised you had a Mardi Gras when your mum died.
Oh,
I did.
darling, Mardi Gras.
I did. I love that car. I love that car.
What did you do when your mum died? I had a Mardi Gras.
I miss my mum, but loved the hatchback. And I skidded round the corner, showing off, and the girls were squealing. And I hit the curb really quite hard, buckled the wheel, and then nothing happened. We just sort of like bumped, and then we just like wobbled home, and I had to get a new wheel. And told my dad. He wasn't like annoyed or anything. He was like, "You could have flipped that car if you were going any faster." As in, don't be a fucking dick. That's the worst ever crash I've had. I've never really had any bumps or anything apart from that. Apart from the car I wrote off in Sheffield when the handbrake broke.
That's probably top of the list, no?
Yeah, but I wasn't there. I was in a gig. Do you remember the story?
No.
I got back to the car and it was just missing.
Yeah, this was like a really famous lockdown, shutdown daily story.
Oh, I wasn't a Patreon then, get fucked.
Yeah,
They weren't
so
Patreon episodes.
some of these animals, remember that story and remember how humorless I find it. My sister's ruined a Christmas by bringing this up. And so occasionally when I mention Sheffield, I'll get a smart ass, admittedly, objectively, very funny cunt going, oh, you mean like in Sheffield when you left your handbrake off? I'm like,
So what?
You know,
No, I
Sheffield's
didn't.
like built on hills.
no, I didn't. You can't leave a handbrake off on a... You're ruining my good mood, guys.
So how did it happen
You
then?
can't leave... There was a fault on that Alfa Romeo. I bought it off my dad.
Handbrake fault. Oh, do you know what I've heard about this actually? If you Google Alfa Romeo, the first thing that comes up
Handbrakes,
is
yeah.
handbrake faults. Sometimes they work for like 3 minutes and then break. They snap in half.
Listen, you can't... How can you park a... Park the car on the hill.
Yeah.
Sheffield is hilly as fuck.
So yeah, you can't park a car on a hill without putting the handbrake on, you'd die.
Yeah, totally.
I agree.
Thank you, Carl.
Totally.
I mean-
So I think what's happened is you've parked it, you haven't noticed it's rolled onto the next car.
Not bed. What are you doing? This is what my sister did, Christmas 2009, and we had a fucking Benny. You can't park a car and be like, oh, I've got my keys. Bump. Oh, that feels weird.
Kind of full of the pre-gig excitement, though.
Oh,
and it was early in your career, so you might have been like,
oh God, yeah. That's 7 years. Then I was like, woo! Gigging for Toby Foster. Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm gone.
Can't wait to have him shout Barnsley 19 times when he's comparing.
If that's what happened, wouldn't it just slowly...
So unnecessarily eggy there. Well,
I'm trying to go over it for you.
It's fucking true. It's so true.
I've pissed him off and he's just took it out on a promoter who's not here. I think you've lent it against the car.
Yeah, but wouldn't
and
it
then out of the car
go down? It wouldn't go down fast. It'd just go down to the next car, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So it's gone to the next car.
When I wasn't...
And then
Listen,
that other car's got
listen.
off, and then that's why it's cars.
How'd you get off of the car stuck to your front of your car?
Oh, I hate you, Adam Rowe. I hate you. I'm changing your intro song for your tour. I've just changed it in my head. I'm a cunt, I'm a cunt, I'm a fucking cunt, I'm a massive fucking Q7 cunt. It's a fault on that. It's like a 156 Alfa Romeo. This is fucking 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And if you've driven it for a long time, there's a fault on the handbrake. You cannot get out of a car and put a handbrake on. And like, if I'd not put the handbrake on, it would just instantly roll. I wouldn't have been able to get out of the car, would I? You can't roll half a metre and bump into a car in front and not fucking notice it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy to be kicking again in Sheffield.
I was at the hill going forward.
I came back to the car. I literally got to the parking space. It's about like sort of quarter of a mile from the gig. I was like, you know when you're like, I park a lot of cars. I park this car a lot. You're like, no.
He was moonlighting as a valet.
Yeah. You've got like...
I was like, a lot of cars.
I do this a lot,
I remember
but I'm almost sure it was there. And I'm literally looking at the signs. I'm like, my car's been fucking nicked. And then I'm looking for broken glass. Like, there's no broken glass. How the fuck have they nicked my car? I was like, I've left my car
And then he
open.
looked at the bottom of the hill and there was a pensioner.
I went round to the gig. I was like, my car's been nicked. They were like, no. I was like, it's been towed then. And Jules, who run the gig with Toby, was like, mate, they don't tow in Sheffield after 6. That's massively unlikely. I've never heard of it. Lived here 20 years. Went back. We are all stood around.
Towing 8 till 6.
We stood around, like 3 bell ends, looking at a fucking, just like, there's a gap. And then I look down the hill. 300 metres down the hill is my car in the side of a skip. And then we all walked down. And I was like, my car's there
in a skip.
It's an 8-ton skip has been parked at on a pavement, like next to the pavement.
And that stopped the car.
And it's gone all the way down a good 200 meters, like into this skip. The police then turn up because what's happened is the woman who was in front of me has got to her car while I'm in the gig and seen that this fucking like Alfa Romeo estate has parked, touching her car, and she's like, some idiot has parked next to my car. She's got in it, probably all annoyed, has gone to drive out a little bit, and my car's followed her, and then she shat it and sped away, and my car's just had a free roll. So she sort of eased it out almost, and then it's gone. It could have gone so much further into traffic on the road. Like, someone could have died. It could have been awful. Fuck knows, I think it was shops at the end. Imagine if it was someone's front room as like an Alfa Romeo bangs through.
Like the Kool-Aid guy.
Yeah! Didn't put the handbrake on. The best was the Sheffield police who got there and were all ready to breathalyze me because they thought I was pissed and had managed to drive into a skip just driving down a hill. But quickly worked, I don't know, I was obviously like, we were laughing about it. Like going, God, this could... there was a real change in their tone as they clearly were like, right, this is a drunk driver. And they just sort of talked to us a little bit. And Jules was the pro. He's like, he was a solicitor, wasn't he? And he was like, oh yeah, we're his witnesses. He's been working with us. We came out and found it like this. So we were all just sort of stood laughing. It wrote the car off, which is a fucking shame. But yeah, so like the Christmas later or 2 Christmases later, my sister's like, we were talking about writing cars off, and I was like, she'd had a crash or she'd had a bump. And I was like, oh, I've never had a bump. She was like, yeah, but you did. You wrote a car off in Sheffield. I was like, no, I didn't. You can't write a car off if you're quarter of a mile away. She was like, yeah, but you did. You left the handbrake off. You wrote it off. And at Christmas when it's already eggy because it's family, it escalated, and we had a fucking Benny.
I guess we'll never know whether you put the handbrake on or not.
Not for certain.
You can't know for sure. There must be like a 1% doubt.
What?
There must be like 1% where you're like, maybe. Like, just maybe. You don't know.
Did Alfa Romeo say there was a fault?
My dad claimed it had been a fault with it. I don't know. My dad's not like like most dads will be like, you idiot. He's not like that.
Can you Google Alfa Romeo handbrake fault?
No, I don't know. We're trying to ruin another Christmas. Why are you trying to ruin another Christmas?
156.
What have we done here, guys? I don't understand what we've done. What you've done is... But Steve, what's happened? I've come in, I'm wearing orange, I'm happy. You've literally gone, Dan, you're in a great mood. And now I'm being attacked on one of the things.
Oh, yeah.
2005, Alfa Romeo 156. Why are you enjoying yourself so much?
It's
bullshit on your evil behaviour.
It's not on.
Oh my days.
No, look, we just want to make sure,
No, you're not. You're trying to undermine me.
The 147's got a poor functioning handbrake.
Oh, so it did just...
Oh, it says here, yeah, bro. I back you up, Dan.
Alfa Romeo 156, that's what I just saw. Handbrake, part braking, wiring cable. Is that just for sale?
Yeah.
All right, I'm telling you,
Maybe you should
guys.
have bought one of them.
Maybe he stole yours. I know, yeah, they're that good, they're still going. Very durable. So what did the insurance company say?
I just need a little bit of water.
The insurance company said, yeah. Yeah.
What did he say? Did he just say okay?
It was on my claim, wasn't it?
No, what I'm saying,
It was on my insurance. It's no one else's fault, is it? I suppose. Yes.
No, but I'm saying, if it was a car fault, couldn't you have claimed and done that?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I literally can't remember. I know I got the insurance paid out and I got a new car.
Convenient.
Oh, guys,
He was in a great mood.
really good mood. Fuck you, Sheffield. Fuck you. I'll see you there on tour in 2023. I'll get the train. I'm not actually happy about that. I'm really upset.
You're not doing Sheffield on this tour?
No, because what's happened with this tour is I didn't realise what was going to happen. I didn't realise what was I booked in a 12-date tour that is now a 25-date tour and could have been a 30-date tour, I think. But there was a point where we sort of capped it off because people from Sheffield had bought tickets in Nottingham and Leeds, and I didn't want to fuck people over. There was already a bit of that with Stockton and South Shields. Next year, for sure, I'm going to do Sheffield 2023. And Hull and Bristol and Lincoln and places that I didn't think of because I didn't realise what this could do.
Yeah, I mean, you all told me I was being a bit silly with the tour that I booked because I did the similar size venues to the last tour I did. And that was definitely a mistake. Well, because like I did one Frog and Bucket last time.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we'll do the Frog and we'll maybe do two. And the sixth one has just had to go on sale.
Yeah. So that's you playing a major theatre in Manchester, innit? Really?
Yeah, 2000 next year, I think.
So, but that's nice, isn't it? Because for me, this is my first ever tour, and you were like, "Oh, you'll do great," and you don't know. So I planned it early. Like I did that first preview in Leicester on Saturday, and I have worked so hard on this show already that I could honestly start touring in March, and it would be ready because I just got so like, "Oh, I've never done a tour. The pod has changed everything," but it is hard to like. Next year in 2023, I'm going to level up. It's going to be 450. Yeah. That size theatres. You're going to be skipping that level almost, aren't you? I just didn't fully understand, and now I do. And now I think you do. Like, when you were like, yeah, I've just put my 4th Chester in, you're like, that's a lot of Chesters, isn't it?
6 now.
6. Jesus Christ. See, I can't. You're so... You just gig. With my tours, I have to be careful because I can't be away from home 65 nights in 3 months. It just doesn't work.
Totally. Just on the tour stuff. So there's dates that needed adding that have now been added. So there's now a third Edinburgh on sale. There's now a third Glasgow on sale. Brighton is now on sale. There's a third Leeds on sale. There's another Manchester on sale. There's another 2 Chesters on sale. There's another Birmingham and another Nottingham. They're all on sale now at adamrowe.co.uk/shows. Very grateful for all the support. I am working on Aberdeen. I know someone wants me to go a bit further north than Glasgow. That might happen. It might not. We might have to add another Cardiff because that's sold out now.
Fucking amazing.
And I'm working on North Wales. I know there's nothing there. And Norwich, maybe.
I'm most excited about Belfast and Dublin at the start of the tour because I thought that was going to be next year. So me, Antonio and Rummy, they're coming with me for all my tours. They basically booked time off from their jobs. They're going to come and do my merch stand. John's going to drive. We're going to go on a proper tour. So we're going to go from Chester to Holyhead, get the ferry over, and then drive up. We've booked a hotel in Dundalk on Friday night. And if anyone knows where that is, I don't. Just saw it on a map and thought, fuck, I'm with 2 of my mates. We're on tour. We're going to go and have a beer in Dundalk. And then Belfast on the Saturday and Dublin on the Sunday. And there's moments where I've been grateful for what this pod has done. But for me to be taking 2 of my mates to all of my tour dates, like if you come and see me on tour, there'll be a merch stand. I'm going to sell posters and mugs with some, jokes and fuck around stuff on it, but also some nice artwork. Everything will be signed. But the people selling it are 2 of my really close mates, John and Antonio. At least one of them, maybe both of them will be there. But the idea of being in a fucking car, going on tour over the water to start in Belfast, to have you make me have the national anthem or something as my fucking walkout music, to get potentially murdered, then to do Dublin on the Sunday. And there's tickets available for both. I cannot underestimate how big that is for me. Like doing a show in Manchester, you're like, cool, I've gigged in Manchester my whole life. I should be able to sell a show in Manchester. We're on to our second one, but fuck me, I'm excited about Belfast and Dublin.
Yeah,
that feels properly on tour.
I'm in Dublin on the final day of the Premier League season.
Oh, nice.
And it could go down to the wire. And obviously Dublin is very much either Liverpool or United. And certainly not Manchester City.
It's emotional, isn't it? It's emotional.
Could I have some water? Someone throw us some water. Watching Liverpool, hopefully still within reach of winning a Premier League title in Dublin with Carl.
I'll be the one celebrating.
Yeah.
A lot of people asking as well on the tour stuff, like who's opening for me, and that Thomas Green is doing 32 of the 52 dates that are currently available. The other 20 I actually haven't booked yet. I'm just going to book who I want and when I want. I'm mix it up a bit. Thomas Green is the main tour support guy, but there's a couple of other people coming as well.
I've got a couple of I've just mixed it up a little bit. That feels great as well. Just booking people who I always remember watching the big guys, not the big guys, but those mid-level guys just have their agents throw out random it's tour support, £100. Is anyone available? You're like, you've got no friends.
Yeah.
Got no mates that you want to do.
You want your mate there?
Like, I've got Jamie, I've got Ishan, I've got Vittorio, Dean's doing a couple. Matt Bragg's doing Nottingham because I really rate, but he's the only act, Matt Bragg in Nottingham, that hasn't done the pod. And I know for a fact that all the lids that come and see me in Nottingham will love him because he's from there and he's fucking funny. But I want people that I like and know. I want to be able to go for a bit of food beforehand. Because I've spent years on the circuit where I set off from my house at the very last minute. So say living in Chester, if you have to, say you're opening the Froggle, comparing it, you know you've got to be there for 8. You need to be there 20 minutes before. I'll set off at 7. Like every time with circuit gigs, you try and eke out the most of your day because you gig 5 nights a week minimum. You want to be like with your family or at home till 7, set off 45 minutes in, you're there on time, but you're not sat around doing nothing. I'm not doing that with the tour. I'm setting off early. I'm gonna treat, they're special. So I want to get there, go for a bit of food with Rummy, with Antonio, and then with the support act. So when you get to the tour, and like any drive that feels a bit of a ball ache, I'm just getting a hotel and I'm putting us all up because I want it to be special. I'm saying this I've not imposter syndrome, but because after 18, 19 years of being a circuit stand-up, the massive level up that this pod has given my career, it's not that I know it can't just go away, but I've talked to some acts who've toured and like, yeah, of course I'm touring. Fucking great. Like, it doesn't feel like that for me. It feels like I want to enjoy it. I don't want to take it for granted. So I actually want the experience to be, going for a bit of scran and not just turning up like, 40 minutes to spare.
There's a lot of the comedy industry, and when you get used to it and you're doing it a lot and every weekend you're away, we take take for granted how much we travel for work and how much we actually get to see and different places and bars and restaurants and all that sorts of stuff. I'm exactly the same. So my tour, we're recording this on the Wednesday. Obviously, patrons get it Saturday and publicly Monday.
Starts tomorrow.
I start tomorrow, Nottingham, Friday, Birmingham, Saturday, Birmingham, and 2 shows in Chester this Sunday. But I'm going to be in each of those towns hours before the show and just pot around. And I want to see these, because even when I stay away in club gigs, often I'll just spend most of the day in the hotel. And I've not really seen all these fucking great cities. And
different though when you got your best mate tour managing and you've got your best mate supporting. Then you've got a little team.
Totally.
That's why, we talked about it on the last episode. That's why I like when we do live shows for the pod. I love that. Love going for scram beforehand when we were all out, because spent so many years on a motorway just on my own.
Yeah.
And then you meet someone, and then for a while Laura would come along, and then after a while she was like, "Yeah, I'll be all right," because the wives and girlfriends get bored of the gigs as well, don't they?
They get bored of comedy.
There's no one, said it before, there's no one more bored in a comedy club room than the 12-year wife or girlfriend of a comic. Like, yeah, all right, could do the set. Oh, yes, they're not available. I've got my missus. She can do the opening 20.
Do you know how determined I am to never, ever, ever do a tour show in York? Because you know how much I've slagged York off?
People are asking.
If you're new to this podcast, I fucking hate York, and I think everyone there is a humorless cunt.
Yeah, and if you're new to the podcast, don't mention the Sheffield thing. I'm not even joking. Thank you.
The amount of people that keep asking, whenever I add a date, they're like, "Lad, will you please add York?" It's not happening. Because I know how funny it would be for our fucking listeners to sell it out and all sit there and have a little mutual agreement between themselves to make it the worst gig I've ever had.
They couldn't do it.
They fucking of course they could.
Every +1's brought their nana. Their fucking Yorkshire Tory nana. Like, well, I don't like immigrants.
And I look like one, so.
A little bit.
I was in Dunelm before on the way, getting like house stuff, and there was a
Dunelm, yeah. Fucking someone's doing all right here. Patreon.com/fucking Sensei Carl. Dunelm.
Is that a good shop?
Dunelm's not
a good shop.
It's not fucking Habitat. Hey, I was in John Lewis.
It's also not,
John Lewis is
it's not fucking B&M. I got me plates and bowls from a new place from John Lewis, and me kettle and me toaster.
What you've done there is you tried to slam and then re-slammed yourself a little bit. And fucking
Dunelm. You all like new shit. But there was a lady being slow at the counter getting refunds and stuff.
What, like?
No. She was she was an Asian lady.
What was this?
Oh dear, Carl. I hope you show that on the old camera there.
What's this?
Was it a hijab?
A hijab?
Hijab.
You're getting mixed up with dibdabs there, aren't you? A Sheba's hijab.
She had a dibdab and a hijab.
Sheba's hijab. Big pink one.
Gave me a hand job.
She gave you a hip jab. Honestly, have you seen that in UFC?
Stiff jab.
The amount of times in that Francis Ngannou fight that Kobe Covington will just hip jab him. I can't wait for that fight, guys. I'm so looking forward to it because Francis Ngannou's been ready.
It's odd that they're fighting.
And Kobe Covington is ready as well.
Sheba's hip jab.
A Sherbet hip jab. Hip jab. Wow. Me hip. Don't punch me hip.
But she was so she did these loads of returns, and then he went, "Oh, are you buying that mirror too?" And she went, "No, I'm returning that as well." He's like, "Okay, like why didn't you tell me that?" And there was an old woman in front of me and turned around and gave me the look of like, "We both hate this woman, don't we?" But I was like, "Not the way you do."
So you think the old woman was being racist?
I saw it.
Or do you mean you're racist and the woman was just pissed off she was delayed?
Oh, I was pissed off she was racist.
Right, okay.
Did she turn to you? She's like, "All right, Carl, I'm a patron. I know you're having a racist 2022, and here's another."
The hijab. What is it? A hijab? What?
Hijab.
Hijab.
I think.
Hijab.
I'm fucking like we're the authority on.
But yeah, she the look in her eyes was like,
There should
them.
There should be a separate customer services for returns, shouldn't there?
Oh, right.
You shouldn't be able to do.
Fucking hell.
You shouldn't be allowed to do returns in a queue.
No.
It's annoying.
And he was one man working. Yeah, but that was racism.
Let's have a break.
Let's do it.
Don't know.
BLM.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to let you know about our lead sponsor, Manscaped.com, the best in below-the-belt men's grooming. Join the over 4 million men worldwide using men's below-the-belt grooming from Manscaped, and Valentine's Day is coming up. I've got a little bit of opposition here. I reckon we need a new national holiday. I think February the 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, should become national. In fact, no, worldwide Shave Your Balls Day. Because let's be truly honest, Valentine's Day, all the bells and whistles of it is for the woman. All a man wants is to get sucked off. And that is only really going to happen if he's got a nice trimmed pubic region.
So you need the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 with the amazing Lawnmower 4.0, which is honestly one of the best bits of kit. We got sent them when Manscaped became a sponsor. They're a phenomenal bit of kit. You don't get nicked. You've got a little light on it. It runs forever. You can use it in the shower. You've also got the weed whacker for your nose hair, because ladies do not like a hairy fucking nose. You also get extra gifts. There's like a shed travel bag, which was really nice. Anti-chafe, like, what are these? Like boxers by Manscaped.
The boxers are amazing. I actually personally love the ball deodorant and the toner as well.
And they've smelt better ever since you started
My
using it.
balls smell fucking lovely, mate.
Well, no, the guests comment.
Look, treat your missus to getting you one of these shavers. Your dick will look better. Your dick will look bigger. And honestly, she's going to want to touch it more, because no one wants to touch a messy little pubic region. You've got like leftover cum in it.
Oh, God. God, no. Really? Is that an issue? Is that the issue? Go to manscaped.com for our exclusive offer of 20% off plus free shipping with the code WORD20. What's the code, Adam?
The code is WORD20. Shave your balls. Make your woman think you're great.
Come in your pubes, eh? Problem.
Sometimes.
Have a wash first, yeah?
There's only so much shampoo can do.
Yeah. Get the Lawnmower 4.0. Hack away.
It is actually the best thing I own.
It is. 100%. And we are back.
We are. Welcome to Pound for Pound, the number one podcast on the planet. Finn's got a question, apparently. I know you've done prep.
I know.
Harry's done prep.
I have not. I have opened the prep file that Harry Robinson has done great work with. But here's Finn, who apparently would have liked the hours. Finn?
I was just thinking the other day, it's a kind of stand-up-y question.
We do stand-up,
yeah,
don't we?
We've been doing it for a while.
So obviously this is
good that he's asking us this. Actually,
this isn't particularly comparable, but like when I do my gigs, I can often feel after it a bit weird because you get all the adrenaline and then you just go home. How have you guys like dealt with that? I'm curious.
Well, can I just say, Finn, excellent question there.
Good question. For two stand-up comedians, that's well within our wheelhouse.
Oh, well, interesting. It's not a question that feels...
Why is it called a wheelhouse? Why is it your wheelhouse?
Good question. We're not going to answer it. Finn, could you ignore the question? Yeah, well, that's, I think, part of the reason that a lot of comics have an issue with booze.
Yeah.
Is what do you do if the highest point of your day is... Can we turn the TV off? Because it really is... thanks very much. Thank you. I'll take the question again. Yeah, because you're hyped up. If you're a headliner, you come off stage at what? 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. It's Friday, Saturday night. You're staying in some fucking hotel round the corner. That's where boozing comes, isn't it? Because you're riding high.
And on top of that, there's a lot of comics who have issues with soliciting prostitutes, because after that high, the only way to sort of release and be able to go to sleep is to come.
Yeah. And that's why I'm not allowed back in
Okay,
Cardiff.
I'm going to try that after my gigs. Thank you.
Whoa. Sometimes I'm straight back in the car, and that first bit of the drive is a weird bit where you can't concentrate on a podcast. I've found that. You're still sort of, not that like, I think when you've been going a while, you're not like, whoa, that was amazing, because the longer you do anything.
I'm like that during my set sometimes. Like, I do a joke, get a laugh, and I just do that.
Whoa, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I find the drive sometimes a bit, like I'm still a bit wired on the drive and I can't just instantly put a pod on. Like my head's still ticking. I've heard other comics say that that's an amazing time to write. I've heard one comic say it, that's the energy they, like after a gig, they go back and they like...
That's Scott.
No, it was, what's that old Scottish comic called? Stu Who. I was remember when I was starting out and he was like, yeah, because I don't think he was a massive
Can't remember the surname, no.
Who? Was he an owl?
Thumbs up there for the audio listeners. But yeah, so what do you do with it? What do you do? Are you pretty leveled off straight away?
No, I'm awake for a while. I just go on my phone, or like if I'm in a different city, I'll go back to the hotel, put a bit of stand up on often, or like a bit of sitcom, just scroll on my phone and whatever, and just try and relax. It normally takes me a few hours to calm down. If I'm out with other people, I like doing a gig before a night out and then going out.
Because it's like...
Yeah. But I think also it's very similar. Apparently, the high of performing is similar to the high of cocaine. So you want a drug that, if you're going to do drugs and you want to level out, you need like
a bit of weed,
smack or something. Yeah.
Always the smack.
No, I think it is smack. That's the antidote.
Well, that's a downer, isn't it?
Well, if you
probably 2 down now, innit?
Depends how good the gig's gone.
1 up, 2 down.
Yeah. If you've just had a normal gig, bit of weed. If you've got a standing ovation, smack your bitch up.
Yeah.
Facts. Here you go, Finn.
Just straight facts.
Good gig, get some smack.
Straight heroin facts. How do you find it?
I just find it
buzzing after a gig.
Yeah. So it's weird that you go back, and I've always found that it's weird that I'll play to like 70 people and they'll be like cheering, doing one more song, and then I'll go home on my own and be like, oh, it's a bit shit.
Well, it's the immediate solitude after performing for an audience is genuinely, I think, why I wanted to study this, or suggest that someone else studies it, I suppose, a few years ago. A lot of performers are mentally ill. And I don't know whether that's because mentally ill people are drawn to performing, or whether performing causes some mental illness.
And then a dangerous combo of two sometimes.
Yeah.
Where you're already mental and then it really makes you more.
Like, I think the immediate, the idea, especially like once you get to the point you're selling tickets on your own name. So like this tour we're about to do, that we're both doing, that we've been talking about in the first half. Going on stage in front of, so Nottingham tomorrow for me is 350 people. And after the show, 100 will stay and ask for a picture and they'll want to chat and whatever. And they want me to go out with them, but I can't be going out for a drink every night because I'll just be shit at all my shows. So then going from that and being literally, especially as a solo artist, as a comedian or a musician, going from being the most loved person with every single person in the room, oh my God, it's this guy, to then being sat on your own in a silent hotel room. I think the juxtaposition of that, it's such a staggering difference. I think that's quite bad for anyone's mental health. To go from the high of everyone in the room, not only knowing who you are, but adoring you, to literally being sat on your own, or dealing with a fucking check-in desk at a hotel where they're rude to you because they don't give a fuck who you are. Like, not that they should or they need to, but it's such a stark difference between those two situations. And I think that big high followed by a very big low is like, not to sort of trivialize mental illness, it's got to be similar to what people who have bipolar, like on a very small scale, suffer with a massive bit of mania followed by genuine like depression.
It's a come down, isn't it? Essentially,
Literally.
But then some people don't want that come down. Everything that Adam's articulated there is what some people go, oh no. So I will go out for the drinks.
Yeah,
some comics have been brilliantly talented and haven't wanted that solitude and that reality and that just harsh loneliness after the elation of being everyone's favorite person in a room. And they go out with that. Like how we went out after the roast into Pop World is a one-off. We'll do it again one day, but it's not every live show. And God forbid it would be after every tour show. I think I think you'd unravel a little bit because it's so unhealthy. You're everyone's best friend and you don't know anyone. Like that's fine. If you can, some people are social enough that they can do that. I can do that once in a while. I can be out, make some mates. If that is your every night after a tour show or a gig, if you're out with people who think you're great because it's the elevated status of we've just seen you perform and you're with them like if you haven't got the grounding of a family or best friends or like lads on with you on tour that you know, like you've got your mate tour managing or your support act who you know, I think you could get lost in your own bullshit there. I think that's quite a dangerous route to go down. And it famously was, wasn't it, for guys like Kinnison in the States and all of those rock and roll comics. They were doing coke, they were on blow till God knows what time. They were going out.
Gandhi.
They were going out with people from the shows and just when does it ever stop? If you're gigging every night.
There's also a romanticization, for lack of the actual word, of other comics about that lifestyle as well. So have you seen Adam Sandler's stand-up special, 100% Fresh, on Netflix?
No.
So to be honest with you, and I'm not proud of this, but I'm just going to be honest, I watched it sort of intending to hate it. I was like, oh, Adam Sandler doing a thing, this will be a bit meh. He's just doing it because he's bored of films.
And he was a stand-up, wasn't he? He started out as a stand-up. Years, like early 90s, he was a stand-up.
Yeah. And it's absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, wow.
I loved it.
Is it a new one? Like a recent?
It's about 2 or 3 years old. And it's a lot of musical comedy. He's doing it it's not parodies, it's original stuff. They're short, quick songs. But the longest song in it is a tribute to Chris Farley, who was a big Saturday Night Live guy, Adam Sandler's best friend, and died young because he liked partying too much. He's a big fat guy and, you know, just got the better of him. And there's a line in the song where he says, we told him, slow down, buddy. You'll end up like Belushi and Gandhi. And he said, well, those guys are my heroes. That's all fine and dandy. Like, there is a thing of like live fast and free sort of thing.
Yeah. Live fast, die young.
Yeah.
Bad girls do it well.
When I started out in comedy, the guys who were really letting it hang out were the guys I looked up to most.
Yeah.
Like Jim Jeffries would come and get fucking smashed. And I thought he was just a hero. I remember working with Tom Stade early doors and thinking like, oh, this guy is so fucking rock and roll. Glenn Wool was cool as fuck, just getting hammered on brandy and telling me stories about Rich Hall. And we've talked about like getting lost on tour. And I just love those guys. And I thought they were the coolest guys. And they are all brilliant comics. But now I'm older, there's only some comics can live that life.
Yeah.
Like when you're a young comic, you think, well, I want to be one of them cool fucking getting smashed. And like those guys, there's always those outliers that can do it like that. Many good comics have got to go down the gears and just chill out and just find their norm. And for me, it's like I need a bit of a regular life. I need to sleep a lot, but I also need a night out where I get pissed. I need to be hungover. Some people just can't do it at all, but those real rock and roll guys, I mean, not that they're out of control, but when you're young, I thought I was going to be like that. And I quickly worked out that I needed to be in my bed, sleeping at least some of the time. Those guys could keep going.
I think when you're a young comic, you're sort of on that lifestyle anyway, naturally, because you're in your early years, especially me and you started so young. So that lifestyle seems attractive. And because you're so young, and when you are 18 to 23, 24, you feel like you're always going to enjoy that lifestyle. So watching people 35 and 40 doing the exact same thing that you're doing, you go, oh, I can do this forever. But then you get to that age and you're like, oh, maybe they were actually a bit sad.
I got to my late 20s and I started looking up to different comics because my 20s was loads of fun, gigged throughout. Started when I was 20. I was a pro comic by 22, 23. I went all over the place, saw a bit of the world, gigged all around the country. And the people that I held on a pedestal, it changed. It changed to, I remember just watching guys like Rob Rouse work and Rob Rouse was a fucking brilliant comic who's maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8 years older than me. He's got an amazing family. He's a great comic. And on a night out, Rob Rouse would be so much fun. You just don't have Rob Rouse on a night out very much because he's got his family. And I've seen, and maybe I've been this guy at points before I met Laura particularly, I've seen moments that you maybe have to be a comic or you have to be pretty perceptive to notice real loneliness, what it looks like for a road comic who's on the road, single, a bit pissed, chasing girls, chasing women after a bar. It's not really working out. They're around people that they don't fucking know and they're becoming best friends with some fucking open spot who's come to see them, who knows a coke dealer, and like they're like, oh, where are we going? And you're like, dude, you're 43 and you've definitely got a 9-year-old kid, and what are we doing? And I never saw that when I was 22. No. I never saw it because
you were just like, oh my God, he's 43, he's got a 9-year-old kid and he's still out.
I didn't even, wow. I probably didn't even know he had a kid.
And if that's you, genuinely for me, I'm like, if you're happy, great, but I don't necessarily see a lot of joy in that lifestyle when you get to a certain point.
I've seen it done well. I've seen it done well by a lot of guys, but I've also seen that moment where you're like, you haven't learned the other gears. There's nothing wrong with going for a fucking booze after a gig, and I do it, and I don't mind drinking with punters, but it's the ones who can only do that. You're like, just fucking go home, mate. Just go home. Be comfortable in your skin to not be trying to get laid by some fucking girl 15 years younger than you every night. Yeah, that thing of not being comfortable enough in your own skin to just go and chill out is brutal for some people.
Yeah. So to conclude, get some smack. I'll be fine.
Oh, get some smack.
Yeah.
Smack, brasses, or Nightingale if you can't get either of the first two.
Amazing. Cheers for the help.
Kane Milnes says, had a great idea for a Patreon special. Could you get the Have a Word team on a drifting racing experience day, like a Top Gear style leaderboard for fastest lap and best drifter? Because we all know how competitive Adam would get. That's from Kane.
Well, obviously you'd have to sort of adjust.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
I'm the heaviest, aren't I? So you'd have to adjust my time for weight.
Oh, babe, don't worry about that.
So like I'm probably got a little bit more weight. So I think like I'd get an extra 3 seconds, and then I might break the record.
If anyone's seen a live show recently, I'm packing some
record.
Break the record.
3 seconds. Break the record.
What is drift? How do you?
Have you seen Tokyo Drift?
No.
You haven't seen Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift?
So drifting is when you get to a corner and you're like,
oh,
and you get to the next one, you're like, you don't like turn the corner. You let the car fucking like bob along.
Right. So how? But what? How do drift cars? What is it different about a drift car that makes them do?
It's just it's the tires and it's the way you use the handbrake and stuff.
Right. So it is the
and
tires.
your suspension. You just
you
have to like bump it up and down.
No, what I'm saying is you can't.
I don't think you know what drifting is.
No, but you can't drift in a Vauxhall Tigra, can you? You can't.
You're a good driver, yeah.
Right.
I've drifted in me Ford Fiesta actually, right off the M6.
I was going to call bullshit.
No, you can, drifting is not a.
It was no good.
Just being a good driver.
It wasn't Tokyo. It was Penrith.
Fast and Furious, Penrith drift.
Penrith drift. It's -5. The conditions.
Do you reckon you're a good driver, Dan? In terms of like, do you reckon you'd be able to pop?
Well, I've drifted once, and in icy conditions, and nearly flipped a Mardi Gras.
Dan's a bit of drifting. He can do it from half a mile away in Sheffield.
Drifting into a skip.
Fuck off.
Nightingale 2, Sheffield drift.
I wonder if you know where my car has gone. I don't know.
It's a lovely Penrith accent, that.
Oh, it's gone down the road.
Oh, yeah. Have you spent time in Cumbria? Oh, my God. I'm from Kendal.
Oh, someone make a video of Dan drifting with that music, please. Please. Saturday morning, I expect to see.
The rear-wheel drive cars, aren't they? That's how you drift. It's got to be rear-wheel drive, otherwise you're not.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's got to be. Hasn't it? One-wheel drive?
Yeah, you just need one.
Drifting is a driving maneuver where the driver of a car intentionally steers too much, causing the car's rear tyres, or sometimes all the tyres, to lose their grip on the road. Drifting is the driver's way of squeezing thrill from a very unusual and unsafe driving maneuver.
Yeah, to be fair, just a public service announcement. You shouldn't be drifting like round a council estate. It should be like done on a private track. Do you know what I mean?
Don't drift on like a
roundabout. Well, first of all, these are all-wheel drive because they're smoking from the back tyres.
Yeah.
So I must have some sort of a point here because they're all... there's some boy racers like... They're literally shouting at YouTube right now. Going, come on, you fucking pricks.
I can't believe you've never seen Tokyo Drift. It's an absolute institution.
I have seen some drifting.
This
Again.
video is not drifting. It's just people driving.
I mean,
in
it
cars.
could not be a worse video if
Well,
you
it's
fucking tried.
Carl just put a video on of someone fucking reverse parking a car. He's drifting right into that fucking parallel parking space.
Be good if you all had a race, like a drag race. That'd be good.
No, because we damaged all the cars. However, if we're doing a Top Gear style,
Let's do a drag race in drag.
No.
What?
Let's all dress up as women.
But is there a car, or are we just racing in heels? Beep, beep.
That's a sketch that needs to happen, doesn't it? Drag race.
Drag race. Yeah.
Someone hasn't made that. They need to make it. Well, Dan,
What about
Give us all-
What about
give
the
us all
have
money.
a word? What about the have a word stars in a reasonably priced car?
No, why
and then
don't
we
we
go around the track and time it. Because I would be interested to see who is the fastest here.
Oh, we're doing that.
Now that's
Let's
all right.
buy. We were looking for something to do.
No, give us all money. There's 5 of us, $2,000 each. We all buy a $2,000 car.
That's what we do.
And we drive to like
for
fucking
10K
Land's End
patrons.
or something. There's 10 grand spend. And we get there and race. Do we? Take $2,000 each. And you
Or we hire a track for the day and we just buy a 10 grand car.
There's a track in Chester where you can do that, Alton Park. Where you can just take your own car, take whatever car, and just do laps of a proper racetrack where they do rally driving and stuff.
Alton Park. I went there when I was a kid.
can't we all get our
I
own
saw
car?
JJ Leto. Genuinely. I've just had a fucking weird memory. My dad took me to Alton Park when I was a kid. I didn't realise it. Is it in Cheshire? Oh.
What would you rather do? Buy one car or buy one each and we all drive somewhere?
I think... I don't know why it sounded like I was getting emotional. Like, memory.
I
Alton
think all
Park.
driving somewhere, we've got to obey the fucking laws of the road. It's not as fun.
We want one car. We want a reasonably, sensibly priced car, and we want to race it one after the other to see who's the fastest.
Yeah.
Don't we?
Yeah.
In drag. Who is the have a word star in drag fastest in a reasonably priced car?
Finn, find the best car for 10
You're
grand.
allowed to spend no. This is it. £5,000 on the car, £1,000 on your drag outfit. You get extra points for looking fuckable.
£1,000 for the drag. He'll just buy webs and go, yeah, drag these, lad.
Yeah. These are women's size 9.
Yeah, but you've got to have everything in
No,
the
10
car
grand for
with
the
you.
car.
Travis Scott. Fragments.
How'd you, oh my God, pick something nuts.
Right.
Like a
Well,
Nissan.
That's a
No, I reckon it should be like a Citroen Picasso. Something that is not built for racing.
Oh, no.
Can we roll?
Oh, no.
Oh my God, there's a van. A Nissan van.
No, what about a boy racers? You know when they like soup up like a Vauxhall Nova. What was Steve Shanyasky's like? It's a Nova SR. Literally blue lights underneath. I want something with a dump valve. No,
Oh my God, we can do Pit My Ride.
$5,000.
Just wait.
You know,
Just
as if you don't know someone in real that's got a fucked up Vauxhall Nova. Of course you do.
try and get one of the cars that were in that Rustlers advert where they all have microwaves in the boot.
Oi, shout out Wrexham. I've never seen as many boy racers. Wrexham is heaving with boy racers.
I love that people are seeing our creative process here.
Just so
We should turn the cameras off.
Just so everyone knows, for the audio and the visual listeners, on this week's Patreon episode, which if you're still not a patron, what the fuck are you waiting for?
Yeah, come on, bro.
We've been trying to figure out, when we hit 10,000 patrons, we were going to spend a lot of money doing a big Patreon special to celebrate it in 10,000 patrons. That'll go out at some point in the next couple of months. Inspired by the lads over the other side of the pond on Are You Garbage, who've said when they hit 5,000 patrons, they're going to put £5,000 on one thing in a roulette thing in a casino. We want to do something similar for 10,000. And now Carl has pulled up a London black taxi.
We can all be in the back,
I want.
Oh, everyone else is in the back, but we're like,
vlogging it and shit.
No way. I'm not in the car when he tries to beat our time. That's how the podcast ends. Oh, I did 1 minute 29. Kamikaze taxi driver.
No, but we can all take turns driving to wherever it is, and we can all be a taxi driver. There's 4 of us fit in the back.
We're going around a track. We're not driving to Land's End.
No, where's the track? Cheshire.
yeah.
We'll just drive to Cheshire then.
All right, cool. Yeah. I want a souped up, fucked up boy racer.
Is there any ex-police cars available?
Is that a search on Auto Trader? On an ex-busy car, lad. Finn can do that. Let's carry on with the podcast.
Right. We're
doing that. We're 100% doing that.
If you're selling, anyone in Wrexham, because everyone's got a boy racer car in Wrexham, even the nanas are like,
I want a speaker in the back. I want to be playing H2O. That's the song to play for this. That's like a boy racer car. Like there was cars in the music video, weren't there? Got to go, and I'm a be late, man. Got to
I honestly don't know what's...
Hey,
I'm thinking about you.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I got it.
I'm a love shy baby.
Got to get together, be strong. I don't
Thinking
love
about
you,
you.
mommy. I don't be love shy anymore.
Bad Boy Chiller Crew. Whatever they're knocking out. Get that in the back.
All on my
that's not
dick
them.
every day.
I'm from Bradford, innit? I got big beats.
And then just
brilliant.
as I've got exactly
that was
21
Bad Boy Chiller
seconds
Crew.
to beat your time,
I got 21 seconds to go. I got 21 seconds to go.
21
seconds. Check.
I'll go last. because
Romeo
if I-
done.
I'll go last because if I know I'm not winning, I'm just going to crash the car into the wall.
But the car's got to be a 10. Sorry. No, I want to know what car it is. Doesn't have to be funny. Stop looking at Carl.
In joke there.
You've genuinely just seen how we plan live shows. That's usually off camera. Oh, we'll do this. We get a bomb or something.
And it always scares everyone
can do that.
when I have the dickhead idea and everyone's like, oh, fucking hell. The boring one's having fun ideas. This is going to get
I'm
dangerous.
so confident I'll win. Is what I'm willing to wager. You can pour a time bomb in the car with 10 seconds longer than your best time, and I'll finish the race and then go and turn it off.
Right, Finn, you're half Muslim, so don't put in time bomb to Google because that's going to set something off, innit?
Who's making a time bomb? Isn't all bomb a time bomb?
We've got patrons who can build bombs. Come on.
Definitely. I've seen them.
Aren't all bombs a time bomb?
I've never had them called time bombs before.
Ticking time bomb?
Well, a time bomb is one that goes off to a set time.
Rather than the one you have to press.
Yeah.
when we put this...
Well, press it.
No, okay, no, to be fair, a bomb vest, that's got to be...
Yeah.
That's worn. And then the traditional out of a plane, although that's a little bit outdated.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. I suppose it's still going.
Do you know they can drop, so I spoke to someone who makes bombs. Do you know if they've not got enough?
Excuse
You
me?
were there?
Yeah, I was, yeah.
He's not, we're not lying.
Oh, cool.
What name him?
Yeah, I know someone who makes bombs.
He does, for the RAF.
I've got Scottish John for guns, and I've got Welsh Frank for bombs.
Welsh Frank.
Oh, well, Frank.
But he said sometimes they don't drop
Unusual
bombs.
currency.
You'll just drop a slab of concrete. And it does the same effect to the target. And they can do it within, like, say, like, they wanted to hit that table from the sky, they could hit it and not hit me and you. They just drop a slab of concrete and just make it. So they don't always drop bombs.
They can't do it that accurately.
Sorry.
You can't predict the wind.
Is Welsh Frank what? I don't understand what you... I literally don't understand what's just...
A friend of Carl's girlfriend was dating, I don't know whether she still is, a guy who makes bombs for a living.
His I mean, I'm not obviously going to name anything, but...
So how did they drop the concrete?
From a plane?
They just get two fellas.
And there's no targeting
They
system?
got two Polish fellas who were looking for work, and they just throw it out.
No, like, I'm not making it up, but genuinely.
It does sound mental, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They get a guy, and he's just got one brick. He's just like,
He's dead good.
no!
Frank, no, I meant... 3, 2, 1, fuck, primary school. Shit.
But what happened was once, so they used to write their names on the bombs. Like, we're from this battalion. Is it battalion? No. What is it?
So, yeah, maybe.
The
regiment.
Names, regiment, yeah.
We're from this B&Q, if you're to be believed.
Drop mop buckets.
Yeah.
And one landed and didn't explode. So they had all the names of the people who built the bomb and where they worked.
Just give it a nickname and go, fuck you, Taliban, rather than be like, this is from Dave, who lives in Warrington, WA7.
Yeah. So they had to stop doing that. But yeah, there's a little insight into bombs.
It's mental. Mental, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
We know someone who makes bombs. I love the confidence of that. Come on.
To be fair, like, we couldn't get him to make one for us.
No.
I don't know whether he does, like, foreigners.
He kills loads of them.
That's not what hang on. You knew what I meant.
What?
Do you call, like, jobs, like, away from your traditional thing foreigners, or is that a Scouse thing?
What?
I don't even know if it's got racial connotations.
It's when you get a foreign... No, a foreign, it just means outside of your usual...
So let's say you work for if you're a painter and decorator and you work for the painting and decorating firm, but then you go and do, like, a little private job for someone's house. It's called a foreigner. You ever heard that before?
You mean like moonlighting?
Yeah. Yeah, but you're moonlighting as...
In my head, moonlighting's like dressed mad at night.
Moonlighting is like... Moonlight...
What?
There's like a single
like a
street light and it's raining.
like a disco ball. Oh, look at Carl out with his sequin suit.
Yeah.
Dancing in the moonlight. Right.
But have you ever heard that before?
So moonlighting means you're taking cash in hand on top of your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But this is doing a No, I've never heard that.
Have you heard it?
Finn's heard it.
Real's quite scoused though, innit?
It
So
just
that could
means
be...
Yeah, but
outside.
didn't you hear it as a slur? Sorry, Finn.
They were in a foreigner. Who's his ex?
Yeah. It's a thing. So my dad used to work for painting and decorating firms, but he would do foreigners on the weekend.
Chinese?
No, I nearly bit. I'm not.
No. I know this is very boy who cried
That
wolf.
was a Scouse thing. But maybe it's not a Scouse thing.
I felt like he just wanted to get to the point where he went, on the weekend, my dad did foreigners. Fucking hell.
It just means of outside, doesn't it? Like outside of your usual.
Dad, trying to play FIFA. Keep it down upstairs with Mr. Patel. No, come on.
That's I know it is genuinely boys who cried wolf, but that's a common term, surely.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Right, so if you've got a boy race a car, have a word pod@gmail.com if you've got any suggestions that you'd like Harry to look at.
And if you want your house painting, michaelrose60@gmail.com.
And if you're an Indian
I actually think that's his email.
if you're an Indian man who wants bumming, Adam's dad.
You're going to have to bleep that email. That's actual email.
Finn, bleep that shit.
.co.org.
It's not foreigner.
.org?
He's an organisation.
He's an organisation.
Yeah. My dad's a registered charity.
Bummed a lot of Indians.
What's your...
That's what he does. It's like a weird Make-A-Wish.
Like
Indian men who want to get bummed one last time by a painter and decorator from Dovey.
Hotmail.com.
Amnesty International. Amnesty International just not doing enough. You can write a letter. I'm more hands-on.
What would your version of a foreigner be?
I don't know whether we can do it, can we? I suppose, like, now that we're touring comics, it's doing a little pub gig for 200 quid.
For a mate.
No, it's not. I think that's still your gig. I think isn't it more like coming to host hosting awards or something? No, that's just a corporate, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's a pub gig once you're already touring. Your mate's running a little, I've got a new boozer there. Will you come down and just do a little set for us?
Yeah, bring your name along.
Oh, mate, especially when you're a circuit comic and someone goes, we need someone to host a quiz Tuesday night, 80 quid. That feels like a foreigner.
Yeah.
When you're like, you've got a mic and there's people, you're like, but this isn't the same.
Do you like foreigners?
Yep.
We wouldn't have had if it wasn't for foreigners growing up.
The amount of foreigners I did.
Foreigners fed me from the age of like 4 to 18.
Oh, when it was January, the only way I ate was by doing foreigners. Those cold nights.
Nice.
My dad was taking money off foreigners every weekend when I was a kid.
Yep.
We love foreigners.
We like them. Cash in hand. Break. You know it's right. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You get matched in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line. This is a way for you to get professional therapy done securely online. There's a broad range of expertise available, which may not be like locally available for you to go and see in your area. So say you're going through some like childhood trauma or whatever, and you're trying to deal with that. There might be not like a childhood trauma person near where you live. You can get it online with these. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your therapist at any time. You get timely, thoughtful responses, plus you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. You won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room. Now, here's the thing. I've been trying to get into a bit of therapy at the minute. I've got some stuff I need to unpack. And the idea of sitting in that waiting room and looking at all the other people and trying to figure out what they're up to and what them figuring out what I'm up to, that's the bit that's knocking me sick. So BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. This is the new way to get therapy done, and I'm going to be using it myself.
I'm actually getting therapy at the moment. It's genuinely helpful. I don't think there is any stigma about it anymore. And it's not just because of trauma or whatever. A lot of it's just life coaching. It can help you see how you're going forward. Honestly, I'm getting a lot from it, and BetterHelp can provide it without you having to go and see a therapist.
It's also more affordable than like traditional online therapy. It's a lot more affordable, and even if you're struggling properly and can't even afford the extra affordable therapy, there's like financial aid and stuff available. It's genuinely a really great system. Now, obviously, there'll be some people who want to just go and see someone in person, but if you feel like you would benefit from online therapy, there is not a better place in the world for you to go than to BetterHelp.
We have a special offer for Have a Word listeners. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/word10. That's betterhelp.com/word10. Go ahead. Hey!
Welcome back to Pound for Pound, the number one podcast on the planet.
The number one long form podcast on the planet.
Pound for Pound.
Because the short form arena is taken up by these cunts.
Nice. I made that up. There's not a. You know, it's not a thing.
What thing? What?
Well, do you believe it's a thing?
Believe what's a thing?
The short form.
Adam believes a lot of things. So
I'm just saying
It's not a thing.
It's not a thing, is it?
no, you are Pound for Pound, the best short form comedy podcast in the world.
Oh yeah, no, I'll take that. Yeah,
leave it at
fine.
that.
Yeah, but I've been saying the
Talk us out of
Sorry,
it.
I've been saying the number one.
Yeah.
Number one, that league table.
Yeah.
The number one podcast or short form?
No, short form. I made up
there's
a division.
No, but there's a lot of snobbery in them because if you try and do like an 8-minute pod, you really get criticised for going all the way to 15, 16. These cunts.
Getting ideas about their station.
Call it short form. Got some time on the hands.
How are we, boys?
Good.
Are you?
I'm all right, yeah, you?
I got woken
I've
up.
got the train here. It's a weird time to ask that question. Just give him the 2 hours. Anyway, how you doing?
He fucking texted me on the. I was on the train and he got on my train and couldn't find
Your
me.
train.
What fucking.
Fucking his lordship.
What are you talking about? How could you not
Thank you
find
so
me on
much
a
for letting me
train?
travel
There's
on your
no
train.
turnings. It's a train. It's just that way. Keep going that way. You'll find me. You still managed to not find me. I've walked the whole length of the fucking train. No, you haven't. If you did, you would have found me.
Were you on the same train and you were separate?
Not the whole way. I just texted him.
Because I thought he's just not found me. I'm gonna have to go and find him. I stood up. I went. Hello? He went, what were you doing here? What do you mean, what am I doing here? I told you I'm on the fucking train. This is what I have to put up with. When we got off at the train station to come and meet you, like for the lift here, thank you very much. You know, it's one of those train stations where there's 2 sides.
Yeah.
Like,
all train stations, surely.
No.
Or one of those fancy train stations with 2 sides.
What are you talking about?
There's 2 platforms. There's 1 and 2.
Yeah, but sometimes there'll be 2 platforms and you have to cross the bridge to go to the exit.
Yeah, there's 2
This
exits.
has
at
2
one point.
exits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
To be fair.
Yeah. Not so smart now. Right? So, wait, bear with me. So, we get off the train. I follow his lead because he's a fast walker for no reason. Walking really quickly.
He's really airing our dirty laundry today, isn't he? We're in minute 2.
I'm following him up the stairs.
And another thing that annoys me about
But
Paul.
this is just today. This is just today.
Fast walking twat.
Honestly.
You fast-walking son of a bitch.
It's like when Mario's jumped on a mushroom. It's ridiculous. It's fucking, where are you going?
He's trying to get as far away from you as fucking possible.
That does my head in, though. When you're with just one other person and they fuck off.
Dan's a fast walker.
You are. On nights out, you always fucking... You like, where are we going? Right, see you all there.
Yeah,
Bye.
but that was the cocaine usually, wasn't it? That was me, mate. Right, where are we going? Doing a lap. Come on, guys.
2 sides, so you went to the wrong side.
No, it's not the point. I don't mind mistakes.
Right.
Mistakes are fine. We get out the train. We walk up the stairs.
so generous,
we
isn't
walk
he?
up the stairs. We cross the bridge. We go back down. We get down the stairs. So we're now at the other side. And he goes, yeah, I thought it was the other side. Well, why did we cross then? If you thought it was the other side, why did we cross? Anyway, good to be here.
It's a pleasure
Nice to see you,
have
boys. Yeah.
The worst train station in the UK for shit like that is Birmingham New Street because there's 37
mate.
exits.
There's more restaurants in Birmingham New Street than there is in the town that I live in. go there on holiday. What, like, that place used to be a shithole.
Oh, awful.
WH Smith's, Burger King, empty cider bottles, and a few people asleep on a bench. Now,
Yeah.
it's got to be one of the top tourist destinations in the UK. It's fucking
You
amazing.
can have your stag do there.
Yeah.
But it's weird, that station, because it's one of those stations that's essentially like a shopping centre with a huge food court and everything. But then if you want the train, it's all underneath, and it's like time travel. It's like, well, welcome to the future. This is all the, obviously you want all the Wagamamas and everything. That's great. And then you go underneath and it's just ancient and 80s feeling and dark, and you can just smell diesel.
Dickensian.
It's really grim under that station.
And also, they need to sort their platform numbering system out.
Well,
because I go, Liverpool, Lime Street, okay, 9C, okay. So I just head to number 9, they're like, oh, you're on 9A, 9C.
Oh.
You might think that would just be a further along this platform. Not at all. It's actually on, it's in another train station, that one. You've come to the wrong train station.
right,
Well, I tell you what can
Behind
get
the
to fuck.
Wagamamas.
Manchester, platform 14 is like a different station. I have missed a train out of there. I slipped on a bit of coffee and went old-fashioned. I was running for my train. I was like, Jesus Christ, it's like a 5-minute walk from the rest of the platforms. And I ran around the corner and went, ooh, bloody hell.
Right, it genuinely, that's not an exaggeration. There's like 10, 12 platforms just in a line, old school, like you're on the concourse and there's the things. And if you want those ones, that's the one that goes to Liverpool or...
Absolutely right, yeah.
And you have to go down the side.
There's
a travelator. There's another.
Travelator?
Yeah, mate, it is miles
What, a
away.
shuttle bus?
Yeah.
It's like Terminal 5 to Heathrow. That is...
It's got its own little coffee shop. You're like, fuck, you made it all the way to 14. You
must
need
be
a coffee.
freezing.
We got your passport. Fucking hell. I can't stand it when the train stations of cities have another name in them.
Oh, mate.
So Birmingham New Street. I don't know. I'm not from Birmingham. I don't know what that is. Just be Birmingham.
Yeah, but then, doesn't it surely help you?
No, you have to
Because
be.
you know it's on New Street.
I just want the main.
I get you.
It needs to be Birmingham
big one.
City.
Yeah.
Big Birmingham. Birmingham.
What if there's 2 train stations?
Cool, no, the other ones, the secondary ones,
Yeah.
I call them what you want. I don't give a shit. But this needs to be called
Birmingham,
the
Maine.
Birmingham, Maine.
big. Yeah,
Manchester, Maine. I'm not from Manchester. What the
Central.
fuck is Piccadilly? Central.
Yeah,
There we go.
it's,
Thank
like, it's like they've already thought.
Well, just to piss you off, in Liverpool, the main station is called Liverpool Lime Street, and the shit one is Liverpool Central.
Mental.
Birmingham International. Where's that?
Yeah.
How's that, mate? I'm going to watch out for that.
Yeah, like
That's
London,
the airport,
London Stansted or...
Well, all the London ones, you can't have London Main, can you?
No.
You've got it because they're all dotted around.
Yeah.
There's not like a in town.
Well, as people in London never tire of telling you, London is just a collection of villages.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. What a
First time I've ever heard that.
What a lovely village King's Cross is.
Well, absolutely right, yes.
I don't know if you've seen
Stop
as
off for a
much.
picnic in a lovely little village called Peckham.
Oh, what a lovely village of sex traffickers and murderers.
But Euston's the main one.
No, it's the main one for you.
Oh, said like a true Northerner.
If you're from anywhere north on the East Coast, King's Cross is the main one. If you're from East or Essex or whatever, Liverpool Street.
Yeah.
If you're from the
Bristol,
West, or you come from Bristol, Paddington. And if you're from anywhere down the South, Waterloo.
Victoria or Waterloo.
Yeah. So
South East Victoria,
for us,
South West.
No, but for us, Euston is because if you're from the Northwest, that's where your train goes into. And what's it? Birmingham is, I can never say Marylebone, whatever it is. Marylebone.
Yeah.
Marylebone.
Yeah.
Is it Marylebone?
There's a couple of unnecessary consonants in that, isn't there? Like February.
French
It's like,
slag.
get rid of that R, mate. We don't need it.
I'm so glad I never did London. I know you boys do. You did, but you've gone back to the hometown.
Yeah, man.
I know everyone.
Yes, exactly.
There's one curry house and they know me. Hello, Paul.
Just packed up my bloody bamboo with that thing on it. My dog's like this.
Did you live in London for ages?
Not ages, but I did 2 stints there, pre-comedy stint, and then I ran a pub in on Caledonian Road in Islington when I was basically a child, and I was like 25, and I by default became the manager of this pub with like the roughest estate in London across the road. I got run round the bar. It was a circular bar by a local gangster. I had to lock myself in a cupboard.
Just a
local gangster called Tony Thompson. He was having a fight, and he was barred already. There was no security on the door during the week. Well, what was I going to do? I'm like fucking telling him he can't come in. Someone got held up at knife point there after I left, and I said, I told you needed security there midweek. Anyway, he came in, and I was like, you're not supposed to be in here. And he's like, oh, I'm all right, mate, I'll be good as gold, blah, blah, blah. Within 10 minutes, he's having a fight with someone, and I was like, mate, can you calm it down? He goes, you fucking want some as well. Grabbed a glass ashtray off the bar, came behind the bar, started chasing me around, and there was a cupboard where the electrics were. I got in there, I had a key for it, and I locked myself in. He's fucking banging on the door.
Didn't you ride a moped around that bar?
Yeah, that was. We had one night in there. It was an amazing bar. It was at the weekend. It was really cool, like DJs and stuff in there, and but it had like a circular bar. And one night we had a mad night. We were trying to see who could down the most out of a bottle of vodka. Then we had my mate's crash helmet on because he'd turned up on his moped, and we were smashing bottles over each other's heads with the helmet on.
And you were the landlord?
We got his moped. I was the landlord. We got his moped in there. We were doing laps, all three of us on this moped round the bar.
Thank fuck Tony Thompson's not here. This is get out of hand.
We must have crashed it into the wall at the back. There was a hole in the plasterboard. And I came in the next day. There was a guy, like a handyman, doing some work. And he said, I woke up really hungover and was just like, had that sort of feeling of like, I need to go in and check because I can't remember what happened last night.
Sorry, Paul, just get the mic a little bit closer. There you go.
Just kind of like, I feel like I need to just go in and check everything's okay. So I went in and the handyman was there and I just walked in and looked at me and goes, what the fuck did you get up to in here last night? Because there was tyre tracks in it. And he goes, mate, I don't know what's gone on, but there's carnage. He goes, did you have a bonfire out the back? So I'm like stood there and he goes, Abby, this is the guy that owned it. He goes, he's not happy, mate. Anyway, at that moment, Abby walks in and I'm like really hungover. So he sort of stood there and he's going, what the fuck happened in here last night? And I'm going, I don't know. And he's going, mate, I need answers. What happened in here last night? And as he's saying this, I'm like sweating. And I look over his shoulder and they used to get these flowers delivered every Monday that were like 50 quid. It was quite a lot of money at the time. This is in the 90s. It was like this big selection of flowers. And they're not in there. They're all on the floor. And there was just 2 vodka bottles and a broom sticking out of the thing where the flowers had been. And I just like clocked it over his shoulder. I was like, oh, man. So anyway, the short answer is yes, I lived in London for a long time and that was...
Did you keep that job after that day?
Yeah, I did. I don't know how, but yeah, just...
And you were the manager?
I was the manager, yeah. I love it.
I don't know what everyone's problem with London is. You make out as if, like, it's just another place. It's not like you leave London and everyone's doing the conga and we're all friends. It's just the same as everywhere else. There's just bigger buildings.
Yeah. Right. There's less gardens, though, isn't there?
There's less gardens.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you that.
Because in your head, it sounds like you think everyone's like, well, you know, I would move to London, but Conga Tuesdays, I just can't miss out on that.
Everyone goes on about it's rude.
Oh, the friendly north is a sack of shite.
Yeah.
You get off at Manchester Piccadilly.
Yeah, because they're not like us, mate.
Go and say hello to a fucking stranger as you leave the railway station, particularly after 9 p.m. Hello, friendly northerner. You know.
If you let on to someone, you get on back.
What a fucking load of shite.
No, we lived there.
But it's this thing that Northerners tell themselves that everyone's super friendly.
No, not
like
everyone.
If you go up to a stranger in London, you're like, excuse me, do you know which way the bus stop is? You're going to get stabbed in the eye. Fuck off, you Northern cunt. Get back on your fucking livestock. Get on the fucking motorway, you awful Northern cunt. Some 70-year-old nana. Let's teach you a lesson, boy. You're in town now, son. There's loads of friendly people in London. But if you get off out of Lime Street at 9 p.m. on a Saturday night, if you're from like anywhere, don't be like, oh, let's go and meet some northern friends. Hello, love, welcome to Liverpool. You drive you around, show you some places. Have you got 2 kidneys? No, it's not going to happen.
No, but Liverpool is like that.
Shut up.
It is. It's not as livable as you're being.
It's more friendly than London, for sure.
But I'm not going out to make what I don't want to make friends when I visit a town. I went to Liverpool, it's fantastic. I made 8 new friends. I'm going there for a reason. I'm probably with someone. That's my friend.
Who's your friend all this?
You.
Sean's had to make up a friend.
Walking around
gives off the
Liverpool
vibe
with
of
his
people-
imaginary
yeah.
friend. I've already got a friend.
I could have a friend. I just choose not to have a friend.
I'd love that. Some friendly scouser trying to befriend Sean. He's like, no, I'm with John.
Oh, amazing.
I think the North is personally, more friendly. More friendly people.
I was talking to a girl when she came to uni here, and she come for like the visiting day with her mum, and she was like, oh, we were lost earlier, and we asked the guy for directions, and he just walked us to where we wanted to go. It was like, she's like, we wouldn't get that. She spent a lot of time in London and lived in Jersey.
He actually walked them.
They were like, I'll show you. He was like, I'll show you, yeah.
Who wants that? I don't want to be walked to the thing. Just fucking point me in the direction. It's like when you're at the supermarket and they try and take you to the thing. Like, I don't want to walk with you.
You shouldn't have brought up friendliness, boys. It's sort of Sean's Achilles heel.
Leave me alone.
Triggering. I've never seen anyone get triggered by the thought that someone might be helpful and friendly before.
But what is like, you don't need to walk me there, do you? Just point me in the fucking direction. Now it's awkward. What are we going to do? Have a little small talk as your week? What am I meant to say?
What did you say? What you in town for?
Oh, God.
No, this is terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, but you've got to
What do you do,
recognise...
comedian. Well, you're not very funny.
You're fucking hell.
You've got to recognise, Sean, that it is objectively a friendly, nice thing to do. You just don't like it.
Yeah.
You want misery and dismissiveness.
I don't want misery. I just want to be left alone. Just point me where the Tesco's post office, wherever I'm
Please,
looking
if
for.
you work in a shop and you ever see Seann Walsh and he asks what aisle something's on, do this for me. Give him a big smile and then just take his hand, interlink your fingers and walk him round. And if you could get a selfie of the look of utter horror and disgust on his face, please send it in to Have a Word Pod.
When I was in New York, a Dutch woman asked me for directions to a cafe, and I said, I'm going to a cafe actually. I'm going this way, so if you want to come to this way, you can follow me. So I was that guy, but I was going there anyway. I didn't just randomly walk into the place. I was going, come with me. So we walked and we talked. So it was easy because we're both tourists. What have you seen? How long have you been here? All the standard questions. We got to the cafe. She sat on the table fucking next to me. It was mental. It was absolutely mental. It's like, I've walked you here. That's the end of the contract. Why would I want to have breakfast with you?
And what did she say when you said that?
It was painful.
Maybe she thought there was something there, though. Maybe she was like, this guy's walked me. He's been very friendly. He's said, he's got a similar interest to me. He's a tourist in New York. We're going to the same cafe. Maybe she's like, I want to carry on this conversation for flirty reasons.
Well, no, I mean, she was in her 50s. I don't know.
You never know. She might have wanted some young.
Would you have wanted to have done? Would you, if you had walked someone to a destination? Do you then want to spend the time with them at the destination?
100% no. I'm 100% on your.
As soon as someone that you've just shown a bit of kindness to opens up, you're like, oh, why did I do that? All right, mate, how you doing? I am good. How are you?
Exactly.
So that when as a norther, you all right? Are you all right? It just means hello. Yeah. But some people go, I am all right.
No.
Thank you for asking. How are you? You're like, oh no, I don't want to talk to a stranger.
I went to
today.
watch Liverpool the other day on Matthew Street, and it was an illegal stream, so the pub was really busy. It's the only place in town that had it on. No, it was American, so it was sound. So it was like Mohamed Salah's coming down for Liverpool.
I just realised what you did. I thought, what's he doing? And then it clicked.
Arabic commentary.
Yeah, but we're friendlier in the north. And more racist.
Mohamed Salah, go, 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 go,
Is that how they say
That's word for word.
Is it word for word? That's a goal and a call to prayer. Sean.
Fucking hell.
You were saying you wouldn't want any bits edited out. Look at Paul's face.
That's probably the end of this story.
Yeah, there was just a guy who obviously listens to this, who was very sort of keen, because I was watching it with Alfie and my little brother, and he was very keen to be like, so, we're all going to be friends for 90 minutes, aren't we?
bloody footy pals.
Yeah.
Which is fine sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes when you're in the mood, it's fine. But there's other times when all you've done is just show a bit of humanity.
You've opened the door.
And then you get mental back. All the mental. You're like, oh, that's why
All
you
right,
should
love,
be a
I'll just open
miserable
that door for you there. Okay, do you want to fuck? No, I'm fine.
Wow.
I was here.
That's a lot of humanity, isn't it? Manners.
She said, "You want to fuck?" Or you?
Yeah. In this
That
corridor.
happened, yeah.
One of the scientists.
Oh, someone actually said that?
Nope.
Last week. In this...
What a lovely woman.
Yeah.
I haven't met her.
Oh.
I haven't met her yet.
She was northern. Very northern.
And she shows you where to fuck. Let's go.
I love whinging about stuff with you, like it's fucking great fun.
Well, that is sort of... You two have started a podcast together now.
Yeah.
It's been going... How long? You must be quite a while into it.
But it's, yeah.
You're ages into it. Did you have
We
like a
break?
reboot?
Yeah, so kind of,
But it's called What's Upset You Now.
Yeah.
And it's essentially either you two on your own,
yeah.
or you've got a guest in,
Yeah.
and it's just what is fucking pissing you off.
Yeah,
at the minute.
kind of the petty sort of minor things that have annoyed us.
Yeah.
Sean and I have been friends for a long time. We sort of speak on the phone a lot. And as you can tell, Sean is very easily annoyed.
But it's genuine though.
Yeah.
Isn't it? We were just talking about it. So my least favourite shtick is the I tell you what else is really annoying from like a very likeable chipper guy. And it's from Sean. The opposite, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
So real.
Really?
People are like watching me going, what's this guy's problem?
Well, here's the thing.
But they believe.
So my...
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, so my sister's friend went to university in Brighton and basically had... So how did this come to fruition? So basically, she had clocked this guy around in town talking angrily on his phone who she had nicknamed...
2005, 2006, are we talking?
Angry Man.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And...
Angry Man.
My sister... How did it come to light that was...
What the week?
Oh, that was it. So basically, my sister's friend had been telling my sister about this guy that she kept seeing around Brighton, angrily talking into his phone that they nicknamed Angry Man. Oh, I saw Angry Man today. I saw Angry Man today. I saw Angry Man today. Then she got a text one day saying, fucking hell, Angry Man's on Mock the Week. And then my sister was like, that's my brother's mate. So they had this whole sort of thing of like this kind of guy that she kept telling her about this that she'd seen around Brighton angrily shouting into her phone. It's like, my God, he's on the TV.
So you guys have made a podcast out of what your friendship is anyway.
Basically, yeah.
Yes, what our phone calls are. I think, wasn't it one... is this, I can't remember, but was it that time that I was in
New York? Yeah.
And I had bumped into someone. I'd bumped into someone I knew in New York, right? I think that's pretty fucking remarkable, bumping into someone across the Atlantic, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's
I see
absurd,
them.
really.
Right, it's absurd.
It's a city
I
of
see
12
them,
million people.
right?
Something like that.
Yeah. I'm about to go, fucking hell. I'm about to give it what you would do. And he just went, all right. And I was so angry. I was just like, in my head, like, all right. Do you fucking mean all right? I've bumped into you in another city, the other side of Atlantic. Stop trying to play it cool with me. Like, this is normal. This is fucking mental. So I ring up Paul, and I had this rant down the phone. And then one of us, I don't know, was that it?
Yeah.
We need to
it's always like,
monetize this friendship.
Is this all right? Do you think this is okay? Like what someone's... I've just sat down and someone has said this. Am I a bit like, do you think this is okay? I can't believe I've just sat down here and someone has sat on it. That's one that's called a bus. That will happen. You don't get both seats.
What's that impression you did?
Oh, fucking hell, I can't believe I've got to put up with this. Is what I have to put up with all the time. Fucking hell. I came on a call the other day. We record it remotely over Zoom, and I came on and I was eating a biscuit. And they go, oh, I can't listen to you eating. I can't. Oh, no.
It's zippy. It's zippy.
I can't. And then he was going to Mikey projecting, this is what I have to put up with all the time. I can't listen to this. Oh, God.
Is there anything, Sean, that brings you just like pure joy, even for like a fleeting moment? Is there
Don't, honestly. It'll come out with some pretentious shit. Do you know what I like? I like to be sat by a stream with a good book. It'll be something like that.
In the bath. I like a bath.
I like a bath.
Thank you.
A bath, but with my laptop open, with Netflix on, sat on the toilet seat.
Spa music on the Alexa.
Yeah.
What's Dan's face doing? What's that?
Can you honestly, can you imagine, Adam? What's a bath? Half an hour if you're really treating yourself. Have you ever been able to go the full bath without checking your phone?
Yeah, I don't take my phone in the bath.
He calls me while he's in the bath. He phoned me while I was in the bath.
You can do a full bath without
It's one of the few scenarios in life where I don't need it.
Wow.
Because I've got like Netflix or a bit of music on, and I'm just sat there stewing. I'm so content in a bath. I really am.
Wow. Amazing.
Do you think that's okay?
What?
So he phoned me and I'm sort of chatting to him, and in about 15 minutes, I said, "What's that water?" Because I'm in the bath. Stop phone me when you're in the bath.
Don't you phone him to just get angry about stuff?
Just lying naked, talking to me in the bath.
It's not on FaceTime.
That's weird.
It's not on FaceTime, is it? It's fine.
Do you ever on the phone? Do you ever, if you need a shit and you're like, "Oh, this is a good chat. I'll be able to mute this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I call him. I call him
he
when I'm
does.
having a shit and I don't tell him.
I answered the phone.
It's great.
I answered the phone to the agent the other day whilst I was having a shit.
Right.
And I think we were talking about like dissociation, and like I'm so desensitized to any sort of weirdness, it just doesn't bother me. So I was just like, "Hi, Chris, you're all right," and we just started talking, and then I just, I was just doing, and then I flushed Chenny. He's like, "You in the toilet?" And I was like, "Nope." Yeah.
I just flushed the sink.
I don't think there's anything.
What do you mean you're desensitized?
Like-
to weirdness? What? Why?
Like, the idea of answering the phone to someone whilst I'm having a shit, to me, is just, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't make a difference. You can't
It doesn't
see
matter
it.
what I'm doing, so it doesn't matter. Like, as long as you can't see it.
As long as you mute that there is a mute
Gotta be honest
on
with
your
you,
phone.
I never have to make that noise.
No,
It's
of
just
course
like,
you don't.
yeah.
Surely you're not on the phone as though like, what's that? It's an angry
just
dog.
think-
Have a rabid fox in the bathroom.
I think that should be my decision if I want to talk to him while he's lying in,
You've not
floating around
You've
naked.
not consented.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
I
not
felt
consenting.
Do you ever
violated.
do this? Do you ever be honest with me? Right here. Is it an honest space? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
It really is.
Do you ever do this right in the bath and I shut my legs?
Well, pretend
You know what?
And pretend you're a woman.
tuck your dick and balls between your
No,
legs.
no. Fart and the bubble goes down the wedge in your legs and comes out the other end.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a bath. I have showers, so.
Yeah. And yeah. It looks like your feet are farting.
And the little bubbles come up at the end and you feel the bubble.
Sean's ability to do observational comedy is honestly there isn't many better in the world. I fucking love dicking around in the bath. That's where my ADHD. I've said this on here. I cannot have a wet razor anywhere near a bath that I'm in because I'll just be like, and just a fat white fucking dolphin comes out like a beluga because I've shaved everything just through having just boredom. Also, I've got a fat back, and sometimes I start like pulling my back fat off the bottom of the bath, and I can feel the sort of pressure. What? Oh, it's just weird how much fun I can have in a bath on my own.
Do you ever stick your toe in the tap?
Yeah, not the hot one.
No, in the cold one, you just like get it wedged in the tap.
I just get a shower, me.
Yeah, me too.
Sometimes I just put like my toes in the tap at the end.
Love when Carl's not in the mood. Just have a shower.
I'm the same.
He's all shit and you don't shite fart up your
Horrible. I
legs.
feel really itchy when I get out of a bath as well. It makes my skin really dry.
I once had a bath for so long.
beat
It was
the
about 3
detergent
hours.
using.
I got to the kitchen and fainted. I genuinely
But how many
passed out
heat
in
top
my
ups
kitchen.
did you have to do?
Just the whole time. I just keep. I shouldn't admit.
No, you can't.
Oh, it's terrible for the environment. I won't do it again. I've learned from my mistakes. I got
He's doing the Channel 4 apology weeks before it comes out.
Fucking
I'm
hell.
already sorry, okay?
He's shitting it about Insulate Britain cancelling him.
is I take the plug out so that the water's going down, but then I fill it I'm the hot going.
Yeah. So it gets hotter. Yeah.
It stays at the same level.
Yeah.
And gets hotter. And man, I did that for 3 hours and then got into the kitchen and blacked out. Fucking hell.
So I don't quite do. I let like 6
Dr.
inches.
Zoidberg.
I let like 6 inches of water out the plug hole, and then I'll refill it all with hot. Wait for it to go too cold again, and then do the same until I want to get out.
That's a bit better.
Yeah. No one's ever turned the bath into a river. It's a hot stream. Amazing.
Oh.
Do you ever do a candle? Or do you just go in manly, just like...
I don't have a bath ever.
I've bought myself a duck for my new place.
Have a bath.
Please.
Go on.
Do an Insta story of you in the bath.
Go on.
please.
Do one of your pods from the bath. Come on. Just do it. No.
Do you like bubbles?
Yeah, I do. I like a hot tub, but not a bath. It's just...
Ah.
Oh, I give myself a Santa's beard as well in the bath, even on my own. No one else in the house. I just like with the bubbles. I'll sit there. I've got a beard.
Do you know, that's not cute when you've already got a beard. Look at me. Hot tubs are fucking great. They're a bit trashy, aren't they? I think they're a little bit like the ones in B&Q. They're like 460 quid.
An easy spa.
Laura's like, we are not getting one of them. I'm like, well, if I buy one and I bring it home, inflate it and fill it up, we have one and you are not involved. And you can choose not to get in it, but me and the kids will be fucking splashing around like dickheads.
Yeah.
I that is on the cards. But I think, I'm not being a snob in any way, but I think Laura's thing is that it looks a bit trashy to have like a cheap fucking hot tub around the back. I really want one.
Yours doesn't look cheap.
I've got like a proper. I bought one when I did live at the Apollo, like a lottery winner.
Exactly the same, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, do something cool, get a bit of money for it,
Yeah.
spend all of it,
Yeah.
and just be like, okay, I didn't earn any money that night. I got to do a cool thing,
And now I've got a hot tub.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
How much was your hot tub?
Like $7,000.
Oh,
Mamma mia.
Oh,
Mamma mia.
oh, that's why you had to move out of London. Just space for that cunt. Get planning permission for your live at the Apollo hot tub.
How big is it?
Like 5 people.
Sean and all of his made-up friends. Brilliant. Oh my God, that's a proper one.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
fuck, that sounds great. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the 500
I mean, it
quid
still
one.
looks trashy, though. Do you know what I mean? It's got like lights up different colours. It's got speakers in it. It's like
Speakers.
it's like, yeah.
So I thought with a hot tub, this is how thick I am. On my stag do, we rented a house.
He's got those cars we were talking about in the first half. He's got
What,
a
the
hot
stag
tub.
do hot
Do
cars?
you know, like the boy racer cars where they get like a Ford, like a Vauxhall Corsa, and they put like a big speaker system in and like lights on the top. And like, you've done that with a hot tub.
Parking in a Morrison's car park. I'm so thick. I didn't realise it's just a bath, a hot tub. I thought we went on the stag do and we rented a house near Chesterfield, really old house, but it wasn't like done to a spec where you'd be worried about getting pissed in it. It was really good. It's a good place to have a stag. There was 20 of us, and the guy was like, "Cool, well, so just to let you know, with the hot tub, have at it and everything. That's to keep the temperature up and blah blah." But it's like no makeup or anything.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
won't be a problem for you. We had a hen do, and they just kept getting in. And they all
mate.
faked tan, and by the second night, we had to turn it off because it had been so dirty. It was breaking the filter. It was just scuzzing it. So we were there on the Friday, and we were there till the Monday morning. And on the Sunday morning, the guy came and he was like, "Well, lads, I hope you're having a good time, but we've had to turn the hot tub off. This is the second dirtiest it's been behind that hen do. I don't know what you've been doing, but I honestly thought there was like a flow of water. I thought there was new water going in and old water going out. Yeah."
It's just a big bucket, really.
I'd weed in the, I'd weed, just, on the front. I was just absolutely steaming drunk. I was like, "Oh, this will be fine." Just I'd lost the control, and then when you're having those moments of honesty.
How thick's your piss?
So when on the Sunday hungover, I was like, "Be honest, no one leave me hanging here. If you didn't, that's fine, but be honest." who else pissed in the hot tub when we were drinking in it? And there was this like really slow, like Will Duggan went. My mate Bondi went. Literally everyone, apart from 2 people, and the look of horror on those 2 people who hadn't been sat in piss or hadn't pissed. Oh, it's gross. I thought there was like it just
Fresh.
Yeah. I thought it was like a Seann
I
Walsh
always
bath.
thought that. No, but it's just the same water.
Oh,
You fill it up
so
and that's it for
bad.
like,
had no idea.
for 3 months at a time. But like treated with chemicals, and there's a filter and. But yeah, like
There's no chemicals for my stag do.
yeah.
It was a tip it out, kill the lawn, and start again.
Was it a jacuzzi?
Yeah.
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 Okay. Does yours bubble jacuzzi?
Yes.
It's just hot.
$7,000. It's fucking better. Play the
Well,
national anthem.
Without the jacuzzi bit, it is just a big bath, innit?
They're all
And then
they
you're in the
all
bath with
bubble,
your
don't
mates.
they? Yeah, but it's just got.
Yeah.
It is good, but I do sometimes think that was a fucking waste of money. Just a sort of sudden rush of blood to the head. No, I've earned this. I'm gonna.
Well, no wonder you don't have baths.
Yeah.
You've got a $7,000 hot tub.
Yeah, you have the ultimate bath. What are you talking about? You have the bath.
How often do you get in it?
In the summer, a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get value out of it.
Yeah, but
It's the middle of January,
last winter
Paul.
because it is nice when it's snowing to get in there and it's hot and like, you know, on a clear night and you get in there and it's sort of, but yeah, not. Also, where we live, there's flats over the back that look in, and I'm like,
no.
this is not. That's my main thing. I'm like, this is not really suitable for where I live. I need a. It takes up half the garden for a start, and I'm just like. Yeah, it sort of ruins the mood when you could see someone sort of peering out of their window in there.
Just having a fag.
Yeah. All right, mate. Yeah, not bad, you.
Do bubbles. No. I want a hot tub.
What are you drinking? Sorry, what's that?
It's a Gamerade.
Is that like an energy drink?
It does. The amount of guests that are now asking about what you're drinking means
Listen.
they're going to have to sponsor us.
Hey, it's really healthy. These are the vitamins. It's got zinc. It's got A, B3, B5, B6, B12, D3. Come on. I mean, that can't be bad for you. It's got 200 milligrams of caffeine, and I feel lightheaded. It's really good. It's great.
Should we have a little interval?
Yeah, should anyone want a Gamerade?
No.
Hello, everyone. Let's talk about one of our sponsors today. It's NordVPN. Now, I don't know loads about VPNs, but the man to my left here is addicted to the internet, and he's an expert.
See, the fact that you don't use VPN for your private little Danny time is insane to me. It's the most secure way to surf the internet. You can set your location to anywhere on the planet, and that means you get access to, like, you can change it to America, you get American Netflix. You can change it to, like, Saudi Arabia, and you get to watch the Premier League football with the 6 Saudi Arabian commentators on. You get to watch Premier League football that's at 3 o'clock that you can't get over here. It's just a sick way of tricking your computer or any device into thinking you're anywhere in the world. I can't recommend it enough. And the fact that they're now a sponsor and I get a membership of NordVPN for free it's my favourite sponsor I've had so far, apart from Manscaped, because they help me shave my balls.
The deal is a 2-year deal plus 1 month for just 65 quid, $89, which is about 65 quid. It's an amazing deal. It is at nordvpn.com/have a word, code word, have a word.
Go and get it. Watch the footy. Watch whatever you want. Tell your computer where you are. He doesn't get to tell you where you are. My computer sometimes looks at me without my VPN. I'm like, hey, we're in Liverpool here. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're in Belarus.
Nailed it.
Welcome back to part 4 of today's spectacular episode with Paul McCaffrey, Seann Walsh, Dan Nightingale.
This is a little trope that he's got into. By the last one, he's like, Section 4! Welcome back. Go all pro. You go all pro.
I'm trying to get into radio.
No, you're not.
I am.
That's a lie.
No, I want to get into local radio. I want to be the BBC Radio Merseyside drive time host this time next year. That's the dream.
That is the dream, innit? That is the dream.
At what time? In the morning or?
What? No, drive time, the home one.
50,
It's like 4 till
53
7 or
grand a
something.
year.
Yeah.
Loads of
No,
work.
530.
Yeah?
500,000 a year it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
What?
They pay you more than Gary Lineker gets paid from the BBC. Interesting. It is a big drive, isn't it? Got to think about the traffic in the tunnels, Dan. A lot of people.
Go off and
Not everyone's got fast pass.
I'd like to ask the boys from What's Upset You Now, what's upsetting them now? If we can do that. I want to do that. Paul, what's been pissing you off?
Do you know what? And it's just because I'm going to Glastonbury this year, and I'm just sort of it's getting to the time where we start thinking about festivals. This really pisses me off. Is VIP packages and more the people that fucking buy them. You know, like, oh, actually, we're VIP. You know, they sort of spend an extra 200 quid, and it means they get to use different toilets at different bars.
I can't lie to you. This is me, you know.
Is this you?
Oh, like
Mate.
at Glastonbury especially, if someone was like, right, you're going to Glastonbury and it's only an extra 200 quid and you get your own bar and your own toilet, are you
But
fucking
it's more,
mad?
no, it's more the people that love telling you that they're in the VIP. Yeah, we're doing the VIP. But it's like, mate, you're not famous, are you? You've just paid £200 more than everyone else. And actually, what the thing is, the sort of people that go in there, it's like, you're paying to stay the fuck out of my way for the whole of the weekend. Great.
Yeah.
They're basically paying to pen themselves off from the good people at a festival.
Yet the I in that VIP is impulsive. It's not important.
Do you know what I mean, though? That
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of thing of just going, oh, yeah, it's like, you've paid for that.
Yeah.
You've not done anything to earn it, have you? You've just paid £200 more than everyone else because
Yeah.
you're a fucking idiot.
But are they an idiot, though? Wouldn't you, is that not paradise to be at Glastonbury and you don't have to queue for as long as everyone else for the bar?
It's
you can go for a shit in peace.
It's not the same, though, is it? It's not they're not part of the
Oh,
kind of...
Paul!
I didn't even know that was
the same because you don't have to queue. That's not part of the experience.
Okay, fine, but no, like, yeah, okay, maybe to sort of like go and use the toilets or get a quicker drink, fine, okay,
Yeah.
if you've got that money.
I've seen you get chased out of a backstage area by a woman for having a shit in a place you weren't meant to. What are you talking?
Yeah, but that's all right, though. That's for sneaking in and using their toilets, isn't it? That's just behind enemy lines. That's infiltrating.
Parachute.
I went in there,
love it.
I had a shit, and I got chased out with a Ruro in my hand, and I stand by what I did that day.
Did she catch you mid-shit?
Too late. The shit was out, mate. She's going to push it back in, is she?
It was Florence from Florence and the Machine.
Florence and the Machine. Yeah, just not having, that sort of thing of people turning up in a limo somewhere where you've paid to look famous.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the sort of fine if you want to, you benefit from better conveniences or a slower bar queue and you've got the money to. That's one thing. Pretending that you're better than everyone else because you've bought a different ticket could get to fuck.
Okay, I'll give you that. I will concede. What about VIP in a club? Nightclub?
Oh, even worse.
Little VIP.
That's not a real
Oh,
thing.
McCaffrey is the least VIP. Bottle full of burp. Look at it.
Bottle of Grey Goose stood up. Yeah. Come at me.
Between 15 people.
Classic McCaffrey. Where's the afterbuy? My hot tub.
Yeah, no, not having that VIP in a
The
club.
least VIP
Yeah.
ever.
Not my vibe.
Sean, what do you mean that doesn't really exist? VIP in a club?
You don't pay for VIP in a club.
Of course you do.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, like then someone will come and greet you and we've got your table over here.
You get a table, you get like an
Sean,
area to stand that no one else
But you
can
have
come
to
near.
buy a couple of bottles.
Sean, they cordon you off like
That's so
like you're
embarrassing.
an exhibit at a museum. There's a rope, and often there's a bouncer in there who's like, "Oh yeah, that's VIP behind there."
I went to a restaurant in Saint-Tropez where there is a 10 grand bottle of champagne, and every time someone orders it, they played a Star Wars theme tune. That's the sort of prick that you're talking about.
Is it a Star Wars themed bottle of champagne?
No, it's
Does it
just
come
like
like a
every
giant
or
Darth
every
Vader
time
head?
someone orders one, it's like well, that's not
What
Star
the
Wars.
fuck?
Are you sure it's the Star Wars theme?
Yeah, I'm sure it's a Star Wars.
I don't think-
Google it. It was
Thunderbird.
It's Blind Days. Da-da.
Let's hope she's consented.
the Coronation Street theme tune.
What the fuck were you doing at a restaurant in Saint-Tropez? You're a bit of an enigma today, you. Yeah.
I can't afford VIP at Glastonbury because I'm
Yeah.
doing bi-weekly trips to Saint-Tropez.
Ah, yeah. I had a voucher, though. I'm a good guy. I had a vouture, 20% off.
I actually got out to
Saint-Tropez.
visit my friend who was out there on holiday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
weekend. That's right, I don't need to apologise.
You had a boozer when you were 11 years old off the Caledonian Road. I got shot. I had a game when I was 12. Fucking McCaffrey. Absolute podcast gold, mate.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I genuinely didn't know Glastonbury had a VIP pay.
It's glamping, isn't it?
That's a Leeds, Reading, all the other wanky commercial festivals. You expect it. And you know, when you see, like on YouTube, you watch a live thing, and there's a cordon off area near the stage. There's no mosh pit. It's just twats who paid more.
Yeah.
It just really doesn't sit well. The front of a stage, a festival especially, should be all the kids who got there at like 11:30 in the morning because the 8th band on is their favourite band.
Absolutely right. So I can remember when Oasis did their 10 Years of Noise and Confusion tour. It's a slightly different point, but we went out that night and the tickets were on sale at Shepherd's Bush Empire. So we went to Shepherd's Bush Empire after we'd been out to queue through the night to buy tickets for this thing. And then as the day sort of kicked off, they went on sale at like 9 in the morning. It became apparent that the ticket touts were in cahoots with the security and they were just getting to go through loads. It obviously paid them so that they were able to get... And yeah, you just go like, fucking hell, there should be... If you're a fan and you've queued for something that you love, that, you know, that's murky, isn't it? And I agree with you. Like, the front should be for the people that got there first. That's...
Yeah. Well, there should be dehydrated children being passed over like, this one's fucked, you can have that one. Like, there shouldn't be like a mosh pit and then a VIP area.
50-year-old estate agents.
Yeah, great. Oh.
Drinking Aperol Spritz. Going, do you know what? I bloody love Blink 182, so I really thought that could do it.
On the subject of dodgy security guards, my gripe at the minute, what pisses me off, and this is getting worse, I think COVID's done a lot to sort of heighten people's sense of importance in certain roles. And security guards who think they work for the FBI. Security guards who take their, like, I'm the doorman on Burger King far too seriously. Who think, like, it's a matter of national security whether you can squeeze in an extra one person at 4. I can't fucking stand. That to me is worse. A proper security guard taking, like they're on the front line of defence at war. Like, whoa, no. That is worse to me than a dodgy security guard, because at least you know who they are. A dodgy security guard who's taking bungs for like early release tickets or whatever. I sort of expect that. But these fucking idiots who think just because they've got a fucking badge on their arm that they're now important, I can't.
I love those viral videos of like, you know, like people trying to get in a football ground. And the guy's meant to be searching them. He's literally like,
Yeah.
You can't be fucking off. It's just like, can't be bothered. I love it when people are like, I don't give a shit.
I think the FBI should be out scouting, like looking at grassroots, like looking at your Burger Kings and your kind of shopping centres going, this guy's got a big future.
He's wearing sunglasses while he's the security guard at Asda. He's got fucking potential.
Do you know back in December when COVID looked like it was getting a bit hairy again around Christmas, and they made it law again that at crowded events you had to have your mask on, right?
Yeah.
So I went to Anfield and I'm outside queuing to get in. There's not one mask in sight. Like, no one's got it on. And I get right to the front of the queue, and then an announcement comes over the tannoy and it goes, Liverpool Football Club would like to remind you all that it is currently law that you have to wear your face mask while attending the game tonight here at Anfield. And the security guard went, why are they fucking bothering? It's like, it's your job, lad.
Just to remind Anfield that Boris Johnson has asked you nicely to wear your mask. Fuck off, Bojo. Fuck off, Bojo.
It's things like that, though, where you go, it's impossible to control people if they just don't, if they all just tell you, like the people in power collectively, to fuck off. There's nothing anyone can do. They're not going to not let 55,000 people into the match.
Yeah, it's like when a whole end stands up.
Yeah. Like the cop stands for the whole match.
Yeah.
But I mean,
unpoliceable.
but they can close. Yeah. I mean, they could close the end, but that never happens, does it? Hasn't that ever happened where they, because of something like that, they've like literally not sold tickets for it? Or have I made that? Was that one of the threats?
Because they kept standing, so like, right, this is your last warning.
No, it's never happened, has it?
It's certainly never happened.
On the day, it's not like, right, we want to start the second half. But I tell you what, hey, the Anfield Road end, bottoms on seats, fingers on lips. Yeah, it's not. I get it. It's not happening, is it?
I'll tell you what's pissing me off this week. My phone, I've noticed, is... have you had this? It's telling me how long I've been looking at it.
Oh, no.
Right.
Your screen time.
That's depressing stats, isn't
What
it?
the fuck is that? But I've not chosen that. It's just started doing that. Like, I don't want to fucking know. Don't blame. You're the problem. It's your fault. Why are you telling me? Like that? Oh, you've been looking at it for what is it? It's like how long?
10 hours.
It's like your drug dealer going, you've been having a bit of too much of this lately.
It's like your sober friend the next day telling you what you said last night. It's like, I don't want to know. Keep this to yourself. There's no good answer, is there?
No.
There's no good. No one's who's checked their phone. It's all right. You only checked your phone once today. I know it's been too long. I know what the red Power Ranger looks like now. Filled my head with so much shit. It's insane.
What's your average? What are you batting at? How many hours?
I reckon, do you know what? I can't remember, but I reckon it's awful. I reckon I look at this fucking thing, I reckon 6 hours a day.
Oh, I reckon I can dwarf that.
Like,
Check
what?
it right now.
Oh my God, apart from bath time, he's fucking brutal.
It's mental.
Screen time.
Oh,
that's horrific.
What is it?
11 hours and 2 minutes.
Oh, that is dirty.
Mine's 3 hours.
That's healthy.
That's healthy.
And that's down 9% from last week.
What are you doing?
To be honest, last week I was just in my house all day, just fucking around on my phone. I was watching like telly on my phone.
11 hours.
That is mad.
If you throw Tinder in there, it's hard to be off it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But you've admitted it. This isn't new. You are phone addicted.
I'm a crackhead for me.
Are you trying to sort that out or no? You're not bothered?
I'd like to, but I'm not doing anything about it.
No.
Yeah.
I need to learn the discipline. Of
What are your numbers, Dan?
That I'd probably be at about 5 or 6.
Right, okay.
And this is someone who only got a smartphone. I was one of them contrarians. I was fighting it for ages, and I just didn't want to do it. I tried getting an iPhone sort of like 2008, and I didn't enjoy it. I found it intrusive. But since doing this, I bet my screen time has doubled.
Yeah.
Because now it's not just gigs coming in. It's we're on the WhatsApp for work. I'm trying to run the admin for it. It's everything. And the thing is with your phone, the more in 2008, I didn't have loads of apps that I enjoyed. But the more apps you get, the more you put into social media, the more you put into apps, the more you get out of it. It's hard because, especially, I would love to know how many times I check our Patreon every day. I would love it if Patreon were like, cool, these are your numbers, this is how many patrons you've got, and this is how many times you checked it like a needy, weird cunt, because we watch our Patreon grow so quickly. It's like, oh, I've done... like you check Twitter.
Yeah,
you check
it's in
Gmail.
rotation. It's
Well,
one of the ones...
We've just started a Patreon, and I can say
it's ridiculous.
We are not we are a minuscule fraction of the numbers you are, but still, it is addictive.
Yeah, every time you're on your phone, just a little...
Yeah.
Oh God! I'm refreshing my emails for that little party emoji. It's perfect. Yeah, but what you're talking about it makes sense. What you're talking about is what you like, the pleasures that you get from it, work. That all makes sense.
Yeah.
I genuinely, I don't know how I get sucked into this because I think as a person, I'm the opposite. I think of myself as the opposite of what I end up being. I'd be like, shocking. All of Ryan Gosling's girlfriends. Yeah, go on then.
Oh, clickbait.
I'll end up looking at like the history of Ryan Gosling's girlfriend.
Yeah,
What are you doing? If you said to me, do you want to know that? I'd go, no, of course I don't.
You'd be shocked at how these people look now.
Oh,
I don't even recognise them then. Why have I clicked
But I'd
on
better have a
this?
look.
Fucking hell. People do age, don't
Yeah.
they?
The
I've
kid
aged.
from the 1993 Heinz Beans commercial.
Heroin.
What's he up to?
What makes it annoying is everything you do now. This is a massive gripe of mine. I just want to be able to use something or buy something or go to a hotel without getting them going, God, could you leave a review for that? how was your experience?
Yeah.
Could you give us some feedback? You're like, I just want to do it. I just want to go. I don't want to review everything. Like, you should put them trainers off eBay. What's your review? I got the trainers.
Yeah, they
I've
turned
worn
up.
them.
They're now on my feet, and I've just
Fuck
walked to the
off.
shops.
He's like, but he's a seller
Nailed
and he
it.
needs a review. I don't want to do it. We stayed at a hotel in Leicester on Saturday. It was fine. It was fine. Immediately on Sunday morning, I'm driving away from Leicester, and it's like, Dan, the Gresham Hotel would love to know what you thought. I didn't complain. It's fine. I've left. It's fine.
On a similar thing, can you all, restaurants and stuff and businesses, stop asking for my postcode when I just want some dinner?
Oh, my God.
Nando's needing to know
Nando's can
where
die.
I live, where I was born, my mother's maiden name, a password that's stronger than I need for my online banking. It needs, you got to have 7 special characters, 2 capitals, 3 numbers. You need all of that, but oh my good God. In McDonald's now, on the screen, you can log in. You can have an account at McDonald's. So it can go, you had a big tasty last time. Just so you know, it's back in a few. Like, they are recording everything you like. You can. Who's doing that?
That
You get points, don't you? So you get free shit. That's the selling point of
Oh,
it.
just all loyalty cards can suck my balls. Have you got the Match and More card? Oh, go fuck yourself. In Morrison's every 18 months. Get fuck off. But if you, I can't believe it. If you collect Nectar points, I don't care. I just don't care. I don't want any more cards or shit.
Yeah.
Apart from Nando's, which was quite kind of good. Because if
black
you eat
card would be
Nando's
nice.
3 times, they give you some Nando's for free the 4th time.
Yeah, their reward system was actually
I kind of don't mind that.
Dishoom in Edinburgh. If you eat like 4 breakfasts in there, you get the 5th one free. That is a good. That's excellent.
Is that an
all right.
Indian place?
Mate,
Indian breakfast?
you've not had the Dishoom breakfast.
No.
My God. Are you going to Edinburgh this year?
No, I'm going to London next week, though. There's loads there, isn't there?
Mate, they do a bacon and egg naan with a spicy ketchup. It is absolutely phenomenal.
Sounds great, to be honest.
With like chai refills.
You're going to Edinburgh the weekend?
Yeah.
I'm going in the morning.
Dishoom breakfast, man.
Okay,
you will
I'll
not
get on
regret it. It's right near the train station.
I'll do it tomorrow morning.
What's the Waverley?
Yeah.
Well, up the hill.
Don't start
it
change
should
again.
just be
Coburn
Edinburgh,
Street.
main Edinburgh. What's Waverley? What is Waverley? What's Waverley?
Main, big.
Main,
Edinburgh
Edinburgh Main.
big.
Central.
Not Central,
Edinburgh
the
big.
big one.
Yeah.
Haymarket, Edinburgh 2nd.
Yes,
Edinburgh B.
thank you.
But yeah, worth checking out.
Oh, also when you get to a place and you've bought something and they're like, cool, we could take your email address for the receipt.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a rule. If it's more than £100, I do it.
So
What's that?
Sometimes
What?
What are you on about?
'Cause if it's like a,
Email you the receipt.
Why if it's over £100?
if it's like an electrical item that I might want to bring back. If it's like a fucking pair of socks, I'm not asked.
All right, okay, yeah. Do you know what's happened to
Because
me?
you can't lose the online receipt then.
Yes.
You
So if
don't
I-
want to lose the receipt for something you might need to return, but
Exactly.
you're never going to take jeans back.
Exactly. If I bought like a pair of
Fine.
earphones, I'll do it. If I bought a sausage roll,
One sausage.
Gonna take your email address.
Do you want a
Just the
receipt
one
for that?
sausage,
No,
please,
all right, mate.
butcher. You all right, butcher?
can I have your email?
One sausage.
Single sausages.
Would you like a bag for that?
Hey, I've had it where you like, you know, when you can't concentrate, and you're like, all right, here's my email address, and she was like, cool, thank you, and here's your receipt. And I was like, oh God, I've given you my email address and I've got the paper receipt. Wasn't for a sausage roll though, to be fair.
But do it for big items because you will thank yourself.
Carl's sneaky sensible on stuff like that, isn't
Bloody
he?
Martin Lewis over there.
Just have a shower. Quicker.
Can't get your receipt wet. It's online.
Can I bitch about something that, like, since I've become a dad, and especially since Etta started school, I just want to see all parents looking like big, sloppy, fat fucks. I just think
You don't want
nice.
good-looking parents.
Now, I'm not in no way going to position myself, because it's mainly mums on the school run. But there are a couple of hot dads, and I think they just need to calm the fuck down. I love it when I see... There's one dad who has permanently got some sort of injury where I really like it. I think he's definitely an alcoholic. He's dishevelled. He looks fucked. It's great fun. He's dead friendly, dead nice. I've got my mate Neil from 2 doors down. We always look tired and just... Like, it's great. It's reassuring to see Neil, Because if one, it's almost got, he's got the same level of whinge as Sean. And I find it reassuring. Never have both of us gone, hello, mate. Hello, how are you? Tip fucking top. One of us has got to make the other feel better about some shite. And it's usually sleep deprivation. And he's got like a bit of ketchup on his top. I like it. And then there's a couple of dads who just look like they're looking after themselves too well. And I get they're trying to like live longer and everything. But they're making everyone else feel like shite. Especially the one that my wife definitely sort of fancies. He's got a top knot. And he's annoyingly good looking. Fair enough if you want to look good, but you shouldn't be doing the school run, making me like a fat twat in a woman's hoodie. I don't know. So yeah, if you're going to do the dad thing, just let yourself go a bit.
With kids, I've got a dog. With kids,
It's the same.
Is it the same? Do people stop you if you've got a kid and want to know?
Yeah,
They want to stroke the kid, yeah? Can I stroke the kid?
they want to know what breed it is.
Yeah, I've had 9 months. So they stop it. They go, "Oh, is that a boy or a girl?" It's like, why do you want to fuck it? What does it matter?
Yeah. I never asked
The
that
dog.
question.
A kid.
Right,
Yeah,
sorry.
the dog, not the kid. Not the kid.
Sean, the amount of times I've been stopped in my village by people going, "Oh, beautiful boy or girl." Well, you want to fuck it? Well, if it's a boy, yes.
The dog. The dog. Boy or a girl. What does it? What? Why? What is going to change when you have that knowledge? Oh, it's a boy. Oh, fantastic. Come here. Oh.
Yeah, but because
Just acted out. I just acted out fellatio on a dog. I regret that.
Can't
We
wait for that on
cut-
TikTok. Seann Walsh sucks off dog.
I think you just hate small
you.
talk, don't you?
Huh?
You just hate small talk, don't you?
I agree with this, though. Anyone who says something that is totally unnecessary,
Unnecessary.
I'm like, but why are you saying that? Like, it's just like there's no need for you to have that.
Yeah,
Like,
particularly
when
if
you're
you're
leaving someone and you're like, oh, I'll let you know tomorrow what time I'm coming to pick you up. And then you leave and they're like, right, see you later. Let me know about tomorrow. It's like, yeah, well, I've just told you. I'm gonna let you know about tomorrow. We don't need to have that little extra bit at the end. Because that's already happened. You're saying that to fill silence that I'm actually more comfortable with. Yeah.
also I think you don't strike me as one of these dog people that would love the dog person chat. Because dog people can get really wanky, like, hello, who's this? Like, and they're talking about breeds and like
all of that.
It's the same with
I
parenting.
just-
There's
what
a
breed is
level
your
of
dog?
parenting
It's
cringe.
dog. It's fucking
It's
dog.
dog.
All right?
Oh, that's
Dog.
lovely. What is that? It's dog. It's just a fucking dog, mate. What does it look like? 4 legs, a tail, a mouth. Get out of my fucking way.
Exactly. Absolutely. My
What
missus
sort
does-
of breed it is? What do you want to fuck up? Imagine bumping into that on your morning walk. Oh my god.
No, but I tried. That's
what a lovely dog. What breed is it? It's a dog, mate.
Big one.
Yeah.
Medium.
How old is it? how old is it? Why, have you got it a birthday cake? What does it fucking matter how old is it? What are you going to do?
Fuck it.
How old is it? What are you going to
See if it's legal.
There's no age of consent.
Well, it's 3, so that's
dogs.
21 in dog years. Game on.
I wouldn't fuck a puppy. I'm not an animal.
I relate to this so much, you know. Like, I really, really do. Me and Carl talk about it all the time. We've spoken about it on this before. Like, the mundanity of conversation. Like, you know, it's worse for me, like, in Asda. And you hear, like, 2 members of staff go, like, oh, where are you going? Oh, I'm off my break. Oh, you're always on your break, you. That isn't funny. Neither of you think that's funny. There's no way you think that's cackle laugh funny.
Yeah.
Wow, the school run is bad for it.
I bet.
The
can
school
imagine.
run. Morning.
Here we go again.
Oh, here we go again.
Etta started school in September, and I already I'm thinking about just
Moving schools.
making it more and lying, just sort of threatening someone, just to see what happens. Because the morning bloody weather like the cats and dogs. It's driving me
Jesus.
fucking
Do
mental.
you remember in COVID, people going out, what do you think's going to happen? How the fuck do I know what's going to happen? Why would I know? It's the comic that lives in West London. Oh, don't I know? I'll tell you. Sit down, I'm going to hold a conference later on. Tell the rest of the country what's going to happen. How? Look at me. I don't know. What do you think's going to happen? It's so stupid.
Don't like small talk. It's weird though with the kid one, where it's like, because you know you're going to be there for 10. It's like small talk where you want to just be like, oh, shut the fuck up. But you know you're then going to have to see them so many mornings for the next, like, Jack, how old's Jack? Nearly 1. So he's not going to start school for another 3 years. And it's going to be the same fucking parents. Oh my God. And he's going to be at that school for, 7 years? Oh my God, it's 10 years of these twats. Yeah. And some of them are dead nice. And it's not even their fault. And they've not even said anything. I'm just already sick of their fucking faces. Morning. And good morning. And two of the dads are Patreons.
I was going to say. I was trying to say. No, do it and watch your pods.
Two of the dads are Patreons. And one of the patrons, and he knows who he is, he's been at live shows.
He does.
He's been at live shows. I saw him at the roast. I saw him at the roast, and he's clearly gone, I don't want to deal with this cunt in real life. It's not like he's a patron of this podcast, and every time I see him, he's like, all right. And that's all he does. I respect him so much now.
Oh, yeah.
And then one of the other patrons is dead friendly. He's done us a bit of merch. I got him free tickets to the roast. But literally, one of the dads on the school run...
Doesn't let on.
He doesn't let on. If I have to make contact with him to, all right, mate, and he's like, all right. He's not asked. I love him. I've started to really warm to him. He knows exactly what's going on. We've got to do 10 years of this. Yeah. Some of the mums are like, good morning.
But yeah, also, like,
the nice people. It's me being a dick. But I'm like,
if he's a £10 patron or a £5 or a £3 patron, he listens to you and me 4 hours a week. He knows everything you've got to say about everything. He's got no interest, really, in having a conversation with you at the school gate. What have you been up to, Dan? He already knows what you've been up to because he was listening to it on the way to drop the kid off. He doesn't need to be involved in the conversation. He's got nothing to add to it. He knows what you do. He knows what you like. He knows everything horrific and great you've ever done. Why would he need to talk to you at the gate?
Great. It's literally
perfect.
There's some of the mums, and like Laura hates me talking about this stuff because she's like, they listen and they'll hear. They're all dead nice. But I'm thinking about starting to flirt with a few of them just to see what happens. I've told Laura I'm flirting with a couple. There's a couple you can't flirt with because I think they'd be like, when do you want this to happen? But there's a couple that are clearly socially awkward, and I'm just leaving. I'm not built up to a wink. Very, very slow game. I'm like, hey, morning. And I'm leaning into the morning a little too much. My dream is that I slow cook this for the next 2 or 3 years to the point where maybe next year when Etta's in year 1, I build up to a little wink and she's like, oh. My dream is that one of these mums pulls Laura aside and goes, I'm so sorry to say this, Etta's mum, but your husband's very flirty.
So what's the build-up here? So for now, it's just a little bit of lean in. Next year, it's a wink. Year 2.
Oh. Mate,
leaning on a lamppost, pointing at your cock. In your pants still. Don't get it out. Not in the school, just like...
Yeah. I think that's year 27. Etta has to be held back a lot for my subtle flirting. If year 2 is a wink...
My cock.
Yeah, flashing my knob
do you
is
think
year
that's,
35.
No, your knob's still in your pants. You can't get it out. You're just pointing at your crotch.
Do you think that's flirting?
Yeah.
Pointing at your dick?
No, and then mouthing, cock. Do you want cock? You got a pussy.
Oh my God.
Cock. Yeah, you see. You're not
that is
used
hard
to
to pass off. As, we're just having a bit of a flirt. You pointed at your cock.
Yeah.
So it's just a bit of office flirting.
Hey, by the way, when Adam finally has kids, about 18 months, I look at, please, if you're in the schoolroom with Adam, please, when he gets bored, starts threatening people. Cock!
Why
cock! How long did it take to build up to cock? 2 weeks! Cock! Reception year. Cock! Pussy! You've got a pussy, I've got a cock. To the deputy head. Cannot wait. If you think I can't do small talk, wait till Adam has got kids. Fucking hell! Yes! Go to school! Cock!
Adam's kids are all getting Ubers to school every day, let's be honest.
Yeah.
He's not driving to fucking school, is
I
he?
will. I'm going to be a fucking sick dad, me. And you know it as well.
No, I know, but I don't think you're going to be getting
Imagine
up
where
early.
he's going to park. There'll be like a lollipop lady getting knocked over every... Mr. Rowe, please stop knocking over the
I have my
lollipop
hazards
lady.
on, love.
Yeah. It's a very big car, the Audi Q7. She was right outside the school. Best place to park. Cannot wait.
You know, the smile. I remember I was always awkward when I was younger, and there would be a girl that you might want to smile at on like transport or something. You might want to smile at them.
Got a story about this.
That smile is hard, and I put it to you. Have a word, and Paul, of what's upset you now. Can you do that smile? Is that you doing your smile?
That's so sinister.
Do it to the camera. I mean, that is one down from cock.
So I've got a story about this.
Go on.
So this was a few years ago. Sort of before now, the last time I was single, and I was on the tube in London, right? And it was it will have been at like Covent Garden Station or Leicester Square, because I normally stay around there. So I've got the train from Euston, the underground from Euston to one of them.
London, Main.
Yeah, right?
London Central.
So this is so stupid. So I was going up the escalator, and a girl was coming down the other way, and we sort of had a smile.
Yeah,
and then I looked behind, and she's now further down, and she was looking back up. So I then got on the escalator to go down, got all the way to the bottom, and was like, "No, this is fucking mental," and just went straight back up again. Because I was like, "You're chasing a girl around a tube station, and you can't do that."
No.
So I just had a little ride round fucking Leicester Square.
Imagine her face if you'd have got on and you're like, I knew you were going to Cockfosters.
She might have been the one.
might have
In the movie, she would have been.
Yeah. I followed her and then I realised that it looked a bit weird, so I just fucked off.
She actually passed. Cock. And she's still looking back like... She fucking wanted it. Can you do it? You've got to do it like... Is it a bit eyebrows?
It's that thing.
A little, no, it's got, isn't it? A little bit eyebrows.
That can't actually be yours.
Let's say.
It's got to be a sort of...
That's mental.
Too much.
That's saying hello to the neighbours across the road.
That's your neighbour in the post office that you don't really talk to.
Can you do the Rock's eyebrow?
I go a bit coquette. It doesn't matter.
If you smell.
No, hang on. You've got to. It's got to be a bit of. Go on, Sean. You can
Down the barrel.
Down the barrel. Oh my God!
No, that was enough. The little
Oh, he knows. Oh no! There is. You've got to do eyebrows. You've got to do eyebrows.
What do you mean?
I think you've got to make it light. You've got to do.
I think it'd be really great, by the way, if the next time you have this opportunity, you keep doing exactly what you're doing now. So you try it, and you're like, no, give me another go.
Hang on, one more take. No, that was appalling.
No.
That was you and a man in a queue for tickets you're not going to get.
Paul, I know how much he doesn't want to do.
I know.
Down the barrel, Paul.
Down the barrel.
Classic McCaffrey. Go on. You've seen a girl? Restaurant in Sancho. Oh! Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, audio listeners, we're all going to feel a little moist in a second. Go.
Oh, God.
Be still my beating cock.
Oh, my God. Bloody hell.
Is that a pod? Have you gone light-headed?
Yeah.
Oh, my prep. It's not good as Paul McCaffrey's like, ladies. That's the same smile as if someone's being like weirdly racist and you're like over here and you're like, that's not acceptable. Boys, we knew it'd be a pleasure and it absolutely was.
Thanks
Tell
so much.
everyone very quickly where they can find like the social media for What's Upset You Now, yourselves as well, and I assume it's on all podcast platforms.
Yeah, so we've just launched a Patreon, so you can find us however you find that. What's Upset You Now Patreon, Instagram, What's Upset You Now, and we're both on Instagram.
Seann Walsh.
Paul McCaffrey.
And
McCadian. Paul McCaffrey, comedian. There we go.
yes, that's it. Oh, and the 15-minute episodes on the podcast are coming back. They're 15 minutes, and we have guests. We've done Adam, we get out Dan, and we all have loads of big names. Got Mark. We did Mark Lamar. That was cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
So it's genuinely like I don't listen to a lot of podcasts really. It's only when I'm in the car, but when I'm coming here, it's like a 25-minute journey. So I normally listen to 2 of yours on the way here. It's fucking great. Go and check it out. Dan Nightingale is going on tour at the end of the year.
Yeah, dannightingale.com. Come and see me. It's not till September, but it is starting to sell out.
I'm going on tour tomorrow. There are sort of not a lot. There's no tickets left for the first couple of months, which is lovely. Thanks to you lot for doing that. But we are adding dates. There's extra dates in Birmingham, Nottingham, Leeds, Manchester, Chester, Brighton. Plenty. Go to my website, adamrowe.co.uk/shows, and you'll see them all. I'm going to update it after we finish here.
Some tickets still available to the half-blind date show we're doing on Saturday the 5th in the Auditorium Theatre at the M&S Arena in Liverpool. It's going to be an absolutely massive show. We've got a big first half of stand-up and guests, and in the second half, we are doing our version of Black Date. I am Cilla Blacking Up.
What? What's it called?
Blind Date.
You just said Black Date.
You said Black.
I think you got mixed up with Cilla Black and Blind Date there.
I think in my head I was like, am I going to say Cilla Blacking Up? And then I said Black Date.
You are Cilla Blacking Up. That is happening.
Yeah, I'm going to be...
There's about 150 tickets left. You are going to have to be quick because they are going to go.
Yeah. So, also, if you'd like to be a contestant and you fancy a little bit of Adam Rowe, Finlay Cupboard Love, or Steve, or Jamie Hutchinson, please apply.
Oh, Lauren Patterson. We need some more men.
We do not need any more men. Loads of men. Fucking hell, lads. Yeah. We have a lot of choice of men. It would be great. So, yeah, tickets still available. It's going to be an absolute one-off and a corker.
And if you are a contestant, you get to see my infamous cock chat-up line up close.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Megan.
Megan.
Bye, Felicia.